All right. Looks like we are... Thought we're live. Okay. We think we should be live. I thought I had my vertical feed going at the same time, but I did not have my vertical feed going at the same time. So that's okay. So no vertical feed for today. That's all right. No big deal. All right, but we got the big deal, an actual big deal. Justin with the 3. Let's go.
I think it's funny seeing people who bashed 2D games now defend the God of War game. Lol, can I get some Little Root Town Omega Ruby version? Also, I'm continuing my PlayStation journey on Switch 2 with Metal Gear Solid after Yakuza Kiwami 3 in DQ7.
Nice. I mean, technically speaking, Metal Gear definitely didn't start on PlayStation, but I know what you mean. The brand is kind of synonymous with PlayStation. But yeah, I feel you on that one. But yes, you definitely have some people, and surprisingly, there's not a million Grifter videos saying they're overcharging, saying Silksong is only 20 and it's way better, and it's a better art style, and it's this and that. I mean, who would have known? Who would have thought? It's not like there was somebody telling you that they're angry. It's simply because it's Nintendo more so than anything. It's not like I had somebody telling you that. It's not like there was somebody out here that was saying that from the very beginning, but then called fanboy and called a bunch of other things. But yeah, once again, that's why I don't really take to online. I said this before, I'll say it again. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I'll say it a million times. I don't take to online outrage. When people try to push online outrage and, oh, the online is saying this and it's a big problem, I always say, nah, not really. And this is the main reason why. Because when it's something that you like that does something, all of a sudden, it's not that big of a deal. All of a sudden, there's not a million Grifter videos. All of a sudden, it's okay. So yeah, that's essentially how I kind of see it, or how I'm looking at it. But that's to be expected. It's to be expected. Let me get this Little Root Town, though. Omega Ruby. Omega Ruby. Little Root Town. So, shout outs. Thank you so much. Appreciate the dono. Like always. And Cyber Taurus with the JOJO on JOJO Friday.
Oh, workday stream to ease into the weekend. Let's go. I also did enjoy that state of play, and between that and the partner showcase, I'm a happy gamer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Jeffrey Tucker with the Toby Buster. Let's go.
MGS 2 and 3 look great on Switch 2.
Yep.
Buck Bumble.
Yep. They do look great on Switch 2. That's why I was waiting. That's why I was that's why I was waiting to play them, because I knew that they'd get an update. So big love to Cybertoast with the JOJO. And also, here comes Jeffrey Tucker with the Toby Blaster. Combo breaks, boys and girls. And of course, JOJO Friday. That's 10 and up. You know we gotta play it. Can't miss the JOJOs today, boys and girls. Cannot miss the JOJOs today. But yeah, like, Konami did a great job. And I even forgot to talk about Silent Hill. I'm not a big Silent Hill guy, but I even forgot to talk about Silent Hill in my video today. With Konami. So yeah, they did a great job, man. Like, I can't say anything really, anything outside of, they just did a great job. Like, it was fun. They had a lot of cool games. They looked like they were definitely cooking. They were definitely cooking. Let me finish this Little Root Town. Then we'll get some Buck Bumble from my man Jeffrey Tucker, and big love to Cyber Taurus as well. Jeffrey Tucker, you done the whole Kage stream, Ninja? With the 15, anybody with 15 or more, you can bet my man Jeffrey Tucker at the top of the board. Hey yo, let's go. Jeffrey T. I thought the Sony Direct was solid. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. That 2D God of War game looked like an absolute cheeks. Yeah. Oh man, David Jaffe, he's the creator of God of War, or one of the creators of God of War. And he played it on stream, and he was like, "Yo, this is garbage." And I kind of give a little bit more credence to that, because once again, he's the creator of God of War. So I mean, if anybody knows God of War, it's David Jaffe. And yeah, he was like, "Yo, this is trash." I mean, as soon as you saw it, like I said, you can see Super Nintendo games that have more heart and soul put into the backgrounds and the aesthetics than that game. That game was, nah, man. It's not it, man. It's not it at all. Like Super Metroid looks better. From like and I'm not even like joking. Like Super Metroid looks better. Like I wish I was saying, oh, I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Super Metroid looks better. Like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, like games from like the 30, like, you know, the Super Nintendo and the PS1 look better, you know? So yeah, it's not, that's not, and like I said, God of War is my favorite franchise, from Sony, and it just, yeah, it wasn't giving. Buck Bumble remix. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Tucker. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support, man. Let's go. Hey, happy Friday, 91 Gamer Boy. What's good to Dior? What's good to the Great Wall? What's good to Broads Gamer? What's good, guys? Welcome. What is good? What is good? Daniel C is in the house. What's up, Daniel C? Welcome. Elias is here. What's up, Elias? Welcome. Life will change. Life will change. Let's see here. J Will presents. What's good? Reptile. Yes, Konami cooked. Daryl. Hey, what's up, Daryl Kelly? Mario Tennis Fever's awesome family. Played it 3 straight duos tournaments last night. Game is a blast. Multiplayer at least competitive, relatively fair, and fun. Exceeded expectations. Yeah, it's a multiplayer game. But internet, you got a lot of, you know, millennial dudes, content creators with nobody else, and they live in a single bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment by themselves with no kids or no family and friends. So that's the extent of how they feel something's worth something or not. So yeah, but it's what, like I said, it is what it is. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Let's see here. We'll see about John Wick and the Galactic Star Racer game. They'll probably come over to Switch 2 at some point. Or they'll be announced later, kind of like Pragmata and Resident Evil and a bunch of other games have been. David Jab, we don't even know when those games are coming out. So if I were you, I wouldn't really I wouldn't start port worrying about games that don't even have release dates yet. So, in my opinion, at least. Let's see here. I mean, to be fair, Metroid is really good looking game to this day. It's not to be fair about anything, House King. Like, I can point out a slew of 2D Super Nintendo games that all look better. That's my point. My point is that it should at least look somewhat on par or better. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not to be fair anything, bro. Like, it's not the art of the game. It shouldn't look significantly worse than Super Metroid. Like, the art's uninspired. It's uninspired art, and that's all I'm calling it. I'm calling it like I see it, whether we're comparing it to Super Metroid or not. It doesn't matter. It's uninspired from the very beginning. I didn't even think about Super Metroid when I first saw the game. It does not look inspired at all, and that's what a large amount of people are saying online too. So, you know, that's not the point, but it's all good. Do you think Resident Evil 7 and 9 Switch 2 is smart? I'm worrying about fidelity and performance on those games. I mean, when it comes to Resident Evil 7 and 8, I mean, those games are on PS4, so there's nothing to worry about when it comes to fidelity with that. It's going to look as good as it could possibly look. When it comes to 9, wait till the reviews come out and all that, then you can kind of compare.
I even think Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES looks better.
You know what? To a degree, I think in some sense it does, Justin. Honestly, in some sense it does. I think it does. When it comes to, like, sauce, I think it does. But yeah, Jeffrey, big love to Justin. Shout out to Mario Bros. 3. Mario Bros. 3 is awesome, man. It's a great game. It's such a good game. So that makes 100% sense. Big love to Justin. Actually, no, not retaking the Hokage League. Not yet. But a JoJo, nonetheless. So thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that. Jeffrey still at the top. But yeah, Jeffrey, if I were you, if you're talking about 7 and 8, those are going to look and run really good. Those are PS4 games. So those are going to look and run really good. I don't think you're going to have to worry about fidelity there. When it comes to the Resident Evil 9, wait till the actual reviews or wait till you see the gameplay running and then make it, you know, give your own opinion on that. It's going to look incredible, though. If you have a PS5 Pro, I don't think I can pass up playing the game on PS5 Pro. So for me, I already purchased the Generations pack. I'm probably going to buy the PS5 version as well. Or get, I think I'm a Capcom creator dude, which I forgot that I even was. So if I want anything, I can get it from them. So But I already just buy all the games anyway. But I'll probably get a PS5 review copy, or I'll get a Switch digital review copy, then buy the game on PS5. But I already bought the Generations pack, so you can hold off for that. But you know, I'm gonna support Resident Evil, you know, on Switch and PlayStation probably. Yeah, absolutely. All right, good question though. Good question. What's up, Spenza? What's up, JP Hopkins? What's up, JViews? What is good? Flydius, what's up, man? Welcome. Let's see. There were people that were trying to say the God of War looked good last night in some of the Twitch chats, and I was like, I think you guys might need glasses. Yeah, that doesn't. I mean, listen, guys, listen. You guys know I love 2D games. I love 2D games, but the problem is that like the art in that game does not look better than like the Castlevania GBA games. Like I can look at the Castlevania GBA games, like, oh, that looks better. I can look at HD 2D, I'm like, oh, that looks way better. I can look at like Adventures of Elliot, for example. Like there's a bunch of different ways to do 2D games or 2D art, and they did not. Like I said, it's not giving. It doesn't feel like God of War. It doesn't. It just feels like you know, they said it was a passion project, and it literally felt like somebody just. A couple people got together in a basement and put together something that said and slapped God of War on it. Put a bald dude in a monk outfit and then just some generic Greek backgrounds and said, "Oh, here's God of War." You know, it's not like I said, it's not giving, man. It's not giving. I don't think that's the way you do 2D God of War at all. Like I said, you can go back and not just Super Metroid, right? House King, you're talking about that. Dude, you can go back and look at the GBA games. Like, you can look at, like, Metroid Zero Mission. Or you can look at, like, a lot of the games. And it's just like, ooh. Like, that doesn't look appealing at all. So, like, I wish they would have made it look a bit more appealing. Or maybe God of War just isn't a franchise that I associate with 2D art side-scroll. I mean, it could be that, too. It could also be that. Because maybe God of War is just not that. God of War is not a 2D franchise. It started in 3D. There's been no 2D God of War games outside of that. I think there's like a mobile game for some reason. And, you know, some people even compared that and was like, wait a minute, this looks a little bit better than that, you know? So that's kind of how I look at it. But outside of that, everything else in the state of play was okay. I think that the third-party announcements were really good. I mean, pretty much everything is coming to Xbox, though, which is fine. And a lot of the stuff is also coming to Switch 2 or Switch 1, which is also fine. I still think it was a great presentation for third-party games. Sony's first party at that show was, I mean, not great, but everything else was pretty good. I mean, Marathon, if you like Marathon, that's fine. You know, Soros, if you like Soros, that's looking fine. But I mean, I can't shake the feeling that I had when I bought Returnal for $70. And I'm just not a Rogue person, so for me, that's kind of like, I'm kind of soured on that game a little bit. I'll wait for that one. God of War Trilogy, that's an awesome reveal, but who knows when that's coming, or God of War Remake, so who knows when that's coming at all. I don't know, they showed some multiplayer game that I don't remember, 4 or something. But outside of that, the Konami stuff was really good. The Konami stuff was super, super, super good. So I'm looking forward to that stuff. I'm looking forward to all that. Let's see here. Gameplay looks fluid, but the art style is eh. I mean, even the gameplay animations don't look as good as like that Castlevania game, or obviously as Metroid Dread, or as, dare I say, the like I said, the DS Castlevania game. The DS or the GBA Castlevania. I don't know, man. There's something off with the game. There's something just off with it. It just wasn't, like I said, it just wasn't giving. It just wasn't giving for me, at least. Let's see here. The Ninja Gaiden chicken game threw me off. The Ninja Gaiden, it's like a Ninja Gaiden Dynasty Warriors chicken game. Foghorn Leghorn, you know. Let's see here. The Darwin demo is out. Fun game, cool concept. Yeah, I'll pass on that one, JC. Yeah, I'll pass on that one, but have fun. Really solid Sony showcase, but it certainly wasn't perfect mid to be, in my opinion. I mean, no showcase is ever going to be perfect, because no showcase is ever going to show you everything that you're going to want to see 24/7. So I don't expect Sony's showcase to be perfect. I mean, if you're grading it based off of like previous state of plays on a curve, I mean, that's an A. I don't think anything, you know, considering what state of plays have been before in the past, I think that's an A showcase. And if you're just going off of, hey, look, doesn't matter about exclusivity, doesn't matter about anything, we're just talking about some of the games that were shown, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was an A if you're grading on a curve. I know I said B yesterday, but it's probably more like an A grading on a curve. If you're actually factoring in, okay, like that's probably going to be like their PlayStation Showcase because there's a bunch of first party stuff in there, then it's kind of more like maybe like a 8 or something like a B. But either way, I think it's a good show regardless. I mean, unless if you didn't like anything about the show, or if you felt that it wasn't, you know, if there wasn't stuff that you liked, then you can grade it lower. That's fine. Everybody has their own personal opinion, you know. Shout outs to Cyber Taurus with the Hokage for 1 year gaining his Rinnegan badge. Has it been 1 year already, Cyber Taurus? What the heck, man? That's crazy. Thank you for the 1 year of support, brother. I appreciate you. Seriously, man. You're the best. Castlevania. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Let go. Also, Minato Max with the 63 months of membership. That's crazy. Thank you so much, Minato Max. I appreciate you, fam. You know what would be awesome? Some Castlevania music. Yes, I think Castlevania would be some awesome stuff. I think that'd be great. Let's get some Super Castlevania. Actually, no. Let's get some Castlevania. Let's get some Castlevania Trevor Belmont music. Some legendary Belmont. Lemstar, let's see here. With the $1.99, it says best new reveal by far is Foghorn Leghorn Souls. Everyone's calling it Souls. People are, it's like Ninja Gaiden, Souls, Dynasty Warriors. It's like everything kind of all mashed up together. Something tells me that it's going to be a weird game, but hey, you know what? It's something. It looks like something. All right, we got some combo breaks and some overclocks to do. We can't extend it all the way out because I do have to do some stuff tonight, so I can't get a full extension. So we're just gonna try to see if we can go further than beyond. But I'll stream as much as I can until I've got to bounce. Can we also grade Nintendo on a curve, or only Sony, only Microsoft or Steam? Can you grade Nintendo on a curve? Yeah, absolutely. If you want to grade Nintendo Direct Partner Showcases on a curve, I personally do already. Then you can grade Nintendo Directs on it. I mean, I don't know if that needs a curve because those are the elite. But to me, people were treating Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase as if it was a Nintendo Direct regular. And I don't know why. There's no first party announcements in there. It's supposed to just be all old ports and stuff like that. That's how they all are. That's the standard. Sony's, it's interesting because Sony keeps on changing what they feel state of plays are going to be. Sometimes they're based off of this. Sometimes they have first party. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they this. They had PlayStation Showcase and they stopped doing it. Like, you know, they're not consistent with their messaging. So the reason why I said the PlayStation Showcase is on a curve is because sometimes they have, or sorry, state of play is on a curve is because sometimes they have first party announcements. Sometimes they don't. That's a big difference between if you say, hey, we're going to have first party games in there. That's a huge difference between saying that and saying this is all third party, especially if you're talking about Nintendo, you know, and if you're talking about Sony to a degree. Now, it doesn't matter for Microsoft anymore because, you know, they're all third party for the most part. But yeah, like that's a big difference. If Nintendo includes first party games into a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, then all of a sudden, you know, it could be a much better show because now you can show Fire Emblem, you can show Yoshi, you can show all sorts of different games. But if it's just third party, which they stated, and that's, you gotta grade it, you know, so it's a little bit, it's not up to the level of a direct. But like I said, with State of Play, Sony started out State of Plays being all third party, and then they started putting first party, and then they removed it. Then they made it towards this, then they made it into that, and then they say, okay, no, now it's gonna have first party again. It's gonna be a big show, like it's a PlayStation Showcase. So that's the reason why I say it's like a bit more confusing. But that's the reason why I graded it on a curve too. I said if you're doing it the way like State of Plays used to be, then yeah, this is like an A or a B, right? But if you're doing it based off of like Sony's PlayStation Showcase, what it was supposed to be, then maybe it's a little bit lower because the first party announcements were not incredible. They were just okay. But like no legacy franchises, no Jack, no Sly Cooper, no Ratchet and Clank. Like I said, no Jet Moto, no Motorstorm, no none of that. It was just all Marathon, Saros. We already seen Saros. We already seen Marathon. It was a bad God of War game. And what else? And a God of War trilogy with no footage whatsoever. So that's why that's the reason why I separated it. Let's see, screw curves. I grade everything at baseline. If it's mid, then it's mid. Okay, so let me ask you a question. See, here's the reason why I don't do this. So, if you're watching an NBA basketball game and the talent, and you're watching 8th graders play, are you gonna grade them the same at their skill level and everything? Like, you're not gonna do, like, you guys aren't gonna do that, right? If you're watching like kids play, or even like WNBA, right? Or if you're watching like kids, you're not going to grade that at the same level as like the top of the top. There's a difference in skill. You know what I'm saying?
The State of Play did end up having me buy the Metal Gear Solid collection on Switch too.
There you go.
Wow.
It did do that for you. So that's the reason why I grade on curves, or that's the reason why I got to separate the two. I can't sit there and give the same amount of analysis and everything to a partner showcase that I do to a regular big Nintendo Direct. There's just, you can't do that, you know? You can't, in my opinion. Yo, what's up, Big Bird? Yoshi the Mysterious Book is way better looking 2D game. Oh my god, yeah, that Yoshi, I mean, but that Yoshi game looks significantly better. So, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Daniel, I appreciate that. Where was Square yesterday? I don't know, man. I think Square's loading up for the Nintendo Direct. Let's see, actually some partner showcases had first party stuff like the February 2024 one. Yeah, but it's not real it's stuff developed by third party developers. It's not Nintendo's internal first party games. Let's be real here. Cadence of Hyrule or Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, that's not a big like, oh my gosh, Nintendo first party game release. It's just not. What it is that you get a third party developer to make something for you. Even Nintendo didn't even report Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment sales numbers in their books. They didn't even report it. Koei Tecmo did. So, like, yeah, I mean, there's some, but it's mainly not, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, like, you're not going to see freaking, like, a brand new mainline 3D Mario game at a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. You're not going to see a big brand new Super Smash Brothers, even though it's Bandai Namco developed, but Nintendo has a lot of their devs helping out programming and things like that. You're not going to see that at a Partner Showcase. You're not going to see the next big Animal Crossing game or the next big Pokemon game at a Partner Showcase. You guys know exactly what I mean. Let's see here. Johnny with the 11 months. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. I think you meant Endless Ocean or another code recollection. AOL was 2025. Yeah, even those right there, like Endless Ocean, once again, outside company just taking the IP. Nintendo didn't make that. Another code, once again, I think that was Arc System Works, another outside company taking something and a collaboration. That's not the same as a big first party game, like a big, like I said, brand new Mario. So I'm not gonna grade it on the same curve, because when we get this next Nintendo Direct announcement, we're going to be looking for first-party games. If they say, hey, look, we got a regular Nintendo Direct, everyone's not going to be like, oh, well, I guess we're going to, it might be better than the Partner Showcase. No one's going to have those expectations, right? You're not going to be grading it on the same as the expectations of a Partner Showcase or Nintendo Direct Mini or an indie Partner Showcase. Does anybody grade an indie show, like Indie World, the same as they grade a Nintendo Direct? Hey, come on now, let's be real here, right? Like, it's based off of who shows up and what the dynamics of the event is. Same thing as like if I go watch a basketball game. If I'm watching 7th graders play, I am not grading how good they are and their talent level the same as an NBA game. It's different. 7th graders have a certain talent level, and you're going to have to adjust your expectations based on 7th graders playing compared to NBA players or college players or little girls playing basketball, 5th grade girls. Like, you've got to adjust, guys. It's not a one size fits all for every single presentation, no matter what. Like, that's just not how we see things. That's not how it actually is. Just like a lot of you guys aren't expecting me to have a Hollywood level budget when it comes to my production and my stream. Clearly, you guys aren't grading me on that compared to, like, I don't know, like Spider-Man or something like that, or like you guys are thinking about it differently, right? You guys don't put as much value into that and say, okay, well, what does he say compared to X, Y, and Z, right? So we gotta be realistic here, though, right? Mary Singles Awareness Award. Awareness Day from Australia. Hey, shout outs, man. Do you celebrate the day at all? I mean, no. I didn't even know that was a real day, to be honest. Shout outs to Johnny with the $10 dono. Big love to Johnny with the JOJO. Hey, big love. Thank you so much, Johnny. I appreciate that. Let's go. Another JoJo coming through on JoJo Fridays. Hey, I love that, man. Thank you guys so much for the support. Big love, Johnny. Johnny's been around for a while. That man just dropping some support, just like, yo, what up, OJ? I got you, fam. I got you, fam. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Like I said, y'all out here, I don't know what's going on. YouTube said, man, your videos suck lately. So I appreciate you guys dropping support here, man. I expect a Hollywood level production from you, actually, OJ. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, then, if that's the case. My thoughts on the bad boy Pistons. They're a bunch of dirty players that ended up getting smacked by Michael Jordan. That's my thought of them. I'll give you a 10 out of 10 when Fire Emblem 4 shows up. Until then, it's a solid 9.5. I'm surprised that's not lower considering all my Fire Emblem 4 spam videos that I made. Fire Emblem community is very forgiving with me with that. Oh man, those expectations, not grades. Indie directs are less quality than most of these presentations, but I expect that, so it's not that big of a deal if they suck. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't grade the same way. Like I don't give my evaluations the same way because it's different. It's a whole different ball game to me. Let's see here. To be fair, I enjoy your streams more than many Hollywood movies. I mean, that's true. To be fair, I think I enjoy talking to you guys more than spending my time watching Hollywood movies. So I'd rather be doing this, regardless. Regardless if it was my job or not. I think I still rather be talking to gamers, and I'd rather do that and enjoy spending my time doing that in communities than watching Hollywood movies. So yeah, true, fair. Let's see here. Kit and Krista even had to get reminders from their friends about the old partner showcases. Reminders about their friends from the old partner showcases. I mean, I think, like I said, I think a lot of people forget what the partner showcases are. I personally feel that every time we have a partner showcase, everyone says that it's bad. There's only 1 or 2 times that I can remember where people said that it was actually good. Monster Hunter Rise was announced, and Persona 3, 4, and 5. But once again, those were all old ports, so not Monster Hunter Rise. That was a new game. But there hasn't been many times in the 7-8 year history plus of Nintendo Direct Minis / partner showcase that people said, oh, this is great. Like, that's why everyone gets all upset when they announce them. They're like, oh, because it's not going to be good, So I don't know why people were acting like, oh, this has to be this is gonna, like, I have no idea why people were acting that way when literally every single partner showcase we know exactly what's gonna happen. So it was weird to me. Justin with another 3. Let's go.
Speaking of Fire Emblem, what do you think about a fire notification for $13 to represent Awakening the 13th mainline that saved the series?
I mean, I think I need to add some Fire Emblem notifications anyway, so I think that might be a good idea, Justin. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just add a bunch of random ones. I need to take some time to add new notifications. So yeah, that's definitely on the table for sure. Absolutely on the table. Thank you, Justin. You are now the Hokage once again with the 19 on the board. Anybody that's 19 or more, you beat up my man Justin. Thank you so much, though. I appreciate that, fam. Thank you. I appreciate it. Quality per expectation is a better way to compare. I mean, everybody has their own ways of comparing. I'm just personally not going to be comparing Nintendo Direct partner showcases to regular Nintendo Directs. Like, I'm not grading them the same because one of them is going to have what everyone buys Nintendo systems for, which is first party, and the other one doesn't. Nintendo's known for their first party, so partner showcases can never be as good as Nintendo Directs. I don't care they can reveal Metaphor ReFantazio, Expedition 33, John Wick. They can reveal every single incredible third-party game. But if a Nintendo Direct has new 3D Mario, new Zelda, new Smash Brothers, or new whatever, like, it's never going to be as good for the large majority of people. Because a lot of people just buy Nintendo systems for first-party games. So that's why I say it's never going to be able to stack up to a Nintendo Direct. So I don't grade it on the same way. Picked up Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. So that was Metal Gear Solid Delta. Remember when the first partner showcase that announced Monster Hunter Rise and SMT5? Oh boy, many were super mad, upset. SMT5 was announced at the Nintendo Switch 1 presentation 2017. So, I mean, I guess they've been mad since then, since 2017, because it was announced in January 2017. That was not at a partner showcase. Monster Hunter Rise, people might have been a little bit mad about that, yeah, but Monster Hunter World had just came out 2 years before that, so they were still supporting Monster Hunter World and all that. So finally have some time to play video games. Nice, Lunar Week. Hey, congratulations to all that. Hopefully you have some good celebrations there. What's up, Jumpmon? Welcome, man. How you doing today? Would you be disappointed if it was Pokemon White and Black instead of Gen 10? Well, it depends on how good that is. It a remake of Pokemon White and Black? I mean, if it's a remake and it looks incredible, then yeah, I wouldn't be upset at all. Have you ever heard anything on BlazBlue and Trophy getting a Switch 2 update? It was rated, so it could. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it was rated for Switch 2, so we'll see if it actually gets one later. That was the July 2020 partner that re-revealed SMT5, but it was only like a 10-minute show. Yeah, there was one that did that, but it was a short show, and they just said, oh, it's coming out 2021 worldwide. And at that time, it was a little bit of a big deal because SMT games have never came out worldwide. They'd always come out in Japan first and then later in the US and in Europe and all that. So it was kind of a big deal that it was coming out worldwide 2021. And that they reaffirmed that it was actually real, because many Nintendo fans were saying that it was canceled or it was fake or it was this or it was that, because they had not shown a single bit of footage in 3 years. They showed nothing from 2017 all the way to 2020. They literally showed nothing, said nothing. Well, they said some stuff, but they didn't show anything. So that's why it was a little bit of a big deal in that one. But yeah, it was already announced in 2017 January. So the State of Play made me finally turn on my PS5 for games. Okay, nice. But what did you play? You turned it on, but what did you play? If you choose, would you prefer Mario Galaxy 3, Odyssey 2, or a brand new thing? Probably a brand new thing. But I mean, Galaxy 3 would be okay too. If a multi-plat game is announced at Nintendo Direct, that's coming to everything. It doesn't count, but when Sony does it, it's wow, that's so hype. I think the difference is that Sony actually had new multi-plats that we had not seen before, compared to Nintendo's multi-plats, which stuff that we had already seen. So I think there's some point differential there. But yeah, I mean, there were some ports and some other things that people were like, oh, like remakes or remasters. People were like, oh wow, you know, where they don't do the same. But once again, it's based on what people like. It's not based off of, I mean, some of it is fanboy nonsense, but some of it's usually based off of what just people like. Like if you get, once again, if Nintendo showed off Metal Gear Solid, if they showed off, you know, Expedition 33, Metaphor ReFantazio, or like, let's just say like an update for Persona 5 Royal. If they showed off all of that at the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, all of a sudden Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase is a lot better. And people are like, oh wow, that's great, even though it's just all old ports and stuff too, you know? Justin with another 3.
Did you see that ILCA is the developer of Reverend Noir? They are listed on the bottom of their website for the game.
Yeah, ILCA actually makes a ton of stuff. I wouldn't call them like a shadow developer, but they kind of are. But they have their hands in a lot of different things. Like, and they're usually support. Sometimes they do the game, but a lot of times they just kind of come in like, you know, like they're like the fixers. They kind of come in and they help with support, the structure, and all that. But they make a lot of stuff. I mean, they made the One Piece Odyssey game. They made Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and they've had their hands in like everything. They're always busy. So I'm guessing it's Konami teaming up with them. But if you look carefully, you'll see ILCA's hands over a lot of different RPGs and Japanese games. It just depends on how much the publisher actually wants people to know or not, or if they're even credited, you know, when it comes to it. But yeah, they're definitely like a, you know, I wouldn't, like, they're not a port studio, but they're like a almost like a shadow, like Tose, you know, Tose, where they just kind of like, hey, if you need us, we're here. We can make games. We know how to program. We got people that can help. So that's kind of how ILCA works. I wouldn't be surprised if ILCA actually had more hand in Nintendo first-party games or Nintendo games in general, and like Nintendo just says, we're not going to say anything. Shout out to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono, man. I appreciate that. Almost at the Noah and Mio. Thank you so much. And Justin up to 22. Anybody that's 22 or more, you got my man Justin, the Udabudos Blast. Thank you so much. SMT5 always my favorite game to come from a partner showcase. Playing it literally right now. Well, I mean, it was at the Nintendo. It was at a Nintendo presentation 2017. That's where it was first revealed. Not a partner showcase, but it just showed up again at a partner showcase. But it was first revealed at the 2017 January Nintendo Switch 1 presentation. That's when it was first revealed. Hey, what's up, Odrox? My day's going good. Going through Kenna Bridge of Spirits again since the sequel was announced. Oh, okay, cool. I hope you enjoy it, man. I was not as big of a fan of it, but I think that it's still a good game. So, all of the Mario Galaxy movie posters are putting out on Twitter today are absolute fire. Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, the September Direct had many multiplayer games that were newly announced for the Switch 2 versions. Were newly announced, but people didn't like that one. Yeah, once again, it's based off of what some people like, but people liked the Nintendo Direct back in September. I think there was definitely a lot of people that liked it, but some people were mad because they didn't get 3D Mario. So that's really, you got to look at the specifics of it. People are very flimsy. A lot of people don't have the same standards for things because people are emotional. They base things off their emotions, not off of logic a lot of times. Men and women do that. So that's the reason why. It's not that it was a bad show. It's like, oh, well, I didn't get Mario, so it's bad. You know, so that's really what it comes down to. It was a good show though. September 1 was a good show. There's a lot of great stuff. I watched it again. Yeah, they showed Dragon Quest for the first time there. 7 Reimagined. They showed all sorts of cool stuff that I want to play now. They re-revealed and gave release dates for like Final Fantasy and other stuff. So I thought it was good. I'm excited for 007 First Light. We'll see when the game comes out. I'm looking forward to seeing how well it does. You doing the Spawncast tomorrow afternoon? Maybe. Let's see. To be fair, SMT5 was barely in pre-production. The first presentation, they hadn't even plotted the story out yet. LOL. Well, I mean, they had some stuff that, of course, of what they wanted to do. It went into full production, I think, later that year, the end of 2017 or early 2018, from what I remember. But it still was first revealed at that one, and they didn't really show much of that at that partner showcase. They just said, "Hey, look, it's coming," you know. Look, it's not dead. So, but I mean, I see what you're saying. Let's see. That's why the September Direct was like a 9 out of 10. A lot of good new games were announced back then, first and third party. Yeah, most people thought it was really good. If you go in the comment section, but like I said, there was a big strong base of the Mario Zelda-ers. Those are the ones who said it wasn't good and that were crying the most online because they didn't get what they wanted. They wanted Mario or Zelda. There was no Mario or Zelda announced, so therefore not good. Says, well, people are really liking the 2D God of War. I disagree. I don't know if people are really liking it. I'm not so sure about that. I've seen a lot of mixed opinions on that. I don't know, man. That art style's not good. The gameplay might be good, but that art style's not good. Let's see here. Stop bringing up Nintendo Queen or Nintendo Grifter. He does not play video games. He does not care about games. He does not play games. He just makes videos to make money on YouTube. That's all he does. He's a grifter and he's a fraud. Let's see here. But what's up, V? Welcome. So, hey, a good stream. Thinking of Elden Ring will get a date next Direct. I think Elden Ring and Dustbloods are probably going to be a double pack for the next Direct, yeah. still remember 2020 when there was only partner showcases, and yikes, if you think 2025 was a controversial year for Nintendo, switch to go back to 20. Oh yeah, 2020 was super controversial, man. People were angry, but people were also stupid because that was freaking COVID. We were literally in the dead heat of COVID. So a lot of developers were working from home, delaying projects. There just wasn't as many games to talk about. Stuff was getting delayed. So people were acting crazy that year. They were stuck inside, going crazy and saying, announce a million different games, even though you're not sure when they'll come out or what will happen. People were acting wild. I was hoping to see Judas yesterday. We haven't had much about that game since 2024, I think. Yeah. That's one of those games, like, that's why I don't get super hyped about games that have, like, no release dates, and I don't know if they're even going to come out. It's just because who knows how long it's going to take or what's going to happen with some of those. Kadokawa doubled down on Dustblood's exclusivity. I mean, Nintendo's involved, so I mean they're gonna have to for right now. Let's see here. Justin with another 3 as well. Shout outs.
Games are so much fun when you stay off the internet. Lol.
I agree. Like if you stop worrying about what everybody else is complaining about, you can just enjoy whatever games. Like you have to think about it this way, guys. You have to think about it this way. There is quantifiable proof that people that make negative videos make more money when it comes to gaming than people that don't. Listen, some of it is authentic with constructive criticism or whatever the case is, but a lot of it is performative. A lot of it is just doing it because they can make money. I think I could say it's my opinion, but I don't think it's my opinion. I think it's fact now at this point that people just say things just to say it, or they just complain just to complain. Some people even admit it. Like, I saw a tweet yesterday, like, oh my god, I can't believe if they charge 30 for Pokemon, we're gonna burn Game Freak down. Then the dude in the next very tweet, the dude was like, yeah, well, I wasn't planning on buying it anyway, but that's ridiculous. It's like, people just say stuff. They're not even fans. They don't even play the games. A lot of times they don't even play. They don't even really care. They're just doing it because they can make money, or they can get attention, or they're clout chasing. A lot of it is done with bad faith arguments in the first place, or they just don't care. So I don't know why y'all keep falling for the same people doing the same thing. I think at this point, it's very obvious that there's industry plants and there's a bunch of people who aren't actually into gaming, or they have double standards. Let me give you guys a perfect example. I know you guys already see plenty of examples, but let me give you guys a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Let me give you guys a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So I put out this tweet right here, okay? I put out this tweet right here where I go over Mario Tennis review scores. So you see Mario Tennis Fever debuts at 77 average, and I go over, there's 7 games, and I go over, and Mario Tennis Fever is like right in the middle. It's between Mario Tennis Aces, which is a 75 Metacritic, and Mario Power Tennis, which is an 80. Whatever, right? So this person right here, Nintendo God, some people think it's Baron, but he says, are you noticing the trend? And I said, yeah, like 70s for Switch 2 stuff. I made a video on it, right? But then this guy right here, this is a PlayStation schizo. So he goes like, yeah, I see the pattern of Nintendo makes mid. Let me show you guys the hypocrisy on this. Nintendo makes mid, because like 77, 78, 70 scores mid, right? So I was like, all right, mind show me your PS wrap-up, Steam profile, or Nintendo year in review so we can see what we should be playing instead. He goes, sure. So he shows it. Claire Obscure, very good game. Ghost of Tsushima, good game, very good game. Witcher 3, very good game. Ghost of Yotei, good game. All of these games score at least 80 or above. But there's one that didn't. Days Gone Remastered. He put 56 hours into the game. He likes it. He likes the game, right? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, why did you spend so much time in this game? It's mid because of the review score, right? As you can see, Days Gone Remastered is 78. That's mid according to him. 77, 70 scores. That's not good. And look at the hypocrisy. Look at this. You weren't referencing. It says now check user scores. You weren't referencing user scores when you were talking about Nintendo making mid, or you would have said that. It's okay. I caught your bias, and that's fine. See what I'm saying? So people, and he responded with the Steam Deck with Nintendo games, media. I don't know what this means, but this is what I'm saying. He got a completely completely change the subject, completely change the subject because you got caught because you got caught. Completely change the subject because you got caught. So I doubt that's even his Steam Deck. You were referencing the score. You can't even buy Steam Decks anymore. They're not even on sale. But anyway, no, Valve's not even selling them. So I said completely referencing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this guy. So he has to completely change the subject because he got caught. Because he got caught with his bias, and all of that. He got caught because a 78 score is okay if he likes the game. If it's on his system of preference, 78 score is completely fine. He had no problem playing Days Gone Remastered and thinking that it's a great game when he likes it. But if it's Nintendo, oh, it's mediocre, it's bad, it's this, it's that. There are a million people like this dumbass, okay? Excuse my French. There are a million people like this person. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 10 million people on the internet that are just like this guy telling you no. So just be careful who you guys talk to. This is the reason why they don't want to start linking their stuff. Because if they start linking their stuff, they're going to be called out for being hypocritical. And they're going to have to change the subject to piracy or emulation for some reason. As if a picture of a Legend of Zelda on a Steam Deck does anything. He could have got that from anywhere. Who knows where he got that from? And what does that matter with the game when it comes to a 78 being mid when it's Nintendo, but when it's PlayStation, it's okay. You see what I'm talking about? So a lot of the people are just like this moron, you know? Are just like this moron. So that's why I don't take what people say online seriously like that.
He just admitted that he would play the Nintendo games even though they're mid.
Yeah.
Lol.
This guy's an idiot. Complete idiot. Let's see here. How's it going, OJ? On break at work. You tell him what's up. Yo, we have to, man. We have to. So we tell the truth here, man. We call people out on the hypocrisy. Being complete hypocrites. Being complete hypocrites when it comes down to it, right? Shout outs to Justin. We are going 25 on the board, too. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that. Let's go. Anybody does 25 or more, you beat up my man Justin on the board. Let's go. Buddy Cotton. Yeah, Buddy Cotton 8K. 8K. You guys give Elvin Ryan some love. Yo, Elvin, thank you for the support yesterday, too, man. I really appreciate you. Shout outs. Hopefully you're having a good day at work, brother. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're hydrating and getting a good job done at whatever you do, man. Days Gone is worse because that game is broken. Yeah, and that's fine. I'm not judging the quality of Days Gone. I haven't played it like that. I'm just saying, he says, oh, well, they make mid. 78, 77, whatever, that's mid. But when it's 70-something of what he likes, when it's PlayStation or what he likes, all of a sudden that's not mid. Oh, he can play and enjoy it and think it's a great game. Talk about user scores. Did you see the user scores for Kirby Air Riders? Did you see the user scores for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment? Those have way higher user scores. You can go look. I don't have to check user scores because that's not what he was talking about. We were talking about official Metacritic scores. We weren't linking user scores. So, Hyrule Warriors, it's got a 79, right? The user score is an 8.5. That's more accurate to what the game actually is. It's more of like a 8.5 to 9 than it is a 79. It's not. So, the user scores of Kirby, is at 8.7. So, funny how he didn't want to check user scores for Nintendo games, but he'll check user scores for what he likes. See what I'm saying? Hypocrisy, nonsense from these people. And we watched the stream where Omniarch show up. No offense, but one thing I think I'm being annoying is he said that he put info on the video description, and he said he did mention the sales. Wait, you rewatched? We're on. No offense, but one thing I think him being annoying is that he said he put info on his video description, and he say he did mention the sales, etc. But like, what's the problem again, Monado, with that one? Like, what's the issue? Was he lying about something? If I got to be on one. Hey, I know. Shout outs SG. Hey, I appreciate you being here, man. I know you used to come a lot before. Maybe you had some work or other things that you were taking care of. I appreciate you being here, SG. I wish all the trolls would stop interrupting your show. Interrupting my show. What are you talking about? This is my show. This is what we do. Troll, heck, man, some of the trolls are part of it. It's kind of fun sometimes to kind of get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fun to me. That's a dynamic show in that sense. Days Gone has the #1 most generic video game all time: zombie survival third-person shooter open world cinematic. It's like everything that's like Sony does wrapped into like one thing. I mean, it's still, I don't think it's a bad game from what I've seen, from what people have said. I don't think it's bad. What's up, 777AZ, double AZ, double AZ, triple AZ, OG. Let's see here. Double standards are now prevalent, now more than ever in gaming. Hypocrisy is hilarious. Yeah, it really is, Jay. Hey, what's up, Ava Cook? Welcome. How you doing today, young lady? Having from your new iPad Mini. Okay, there you go. iPad Mini. OJ, you're content considered family because you're big brother, and I love the Switch too, but yours. That matters. Enjoy what they enjoy. Hey, shout outs, V. I appreciate you. Thank you. Look at Mudohar and the Switch 2 is a hypocrite. We've already talked about that a bunch of times. We already discussed that so many times. It is what it is on that one. But we did get a new Castlevania announcement, guys. I don't know if you guys saw that new Castlevania reveal. So I think we should watch the trailer again, right? Let's go and take a look at that trailer. And then we can kind of discuss from there. Castlevania. Belmont's Curse. What do you guys think? If you haven't seen the trailer, let me know. If you've seen the trailer, what do you think in the chat, guys, when it comes to this game? Like I said, listen, there might be a bigger Castlevania that's in store for us. There might be, but we'll see. We'll see when because there's more announcements apparently that are coming. Clearly gifted with Pokemon. His argument is he put the info in the link in the description, but nobody looks at the video description. Very much scripting. Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's clearly grifting, which I called him a grifter like a million times.
By the grace of God, the King of France.
This does not look like Symphony of the Night. The art style?
Once Fire Emblem, Monolith Soft Games, and the other big hitters come out, I doubt we will be talking about these people anymore.
Probably not. Just like Switch 1. I think this is gonna be Sonya Belmont, alright?
So now, we appeal to you.
I have like a love-hate relationship with this art style. Like I kind of like it, but then I kind of feel like Castlevania deserves better, you know? So it's like, I don't know.
Last of House Belmont.
I think this will be an exclusive. Yeah, you didn't catch up on the actual footage or the news, Jeffrey. It's a multi-plat game. It's not exclusive. It's coming to Switch 1, PS5, Steam, Xbox Series, and everything. So yeah. You guys got to realize that 99% of the games, almost at that state of play, were multi-plat in one way or another. Either coming to Switch, coming to Xbox, PC, whatever. Like the large majority of those games are multi-plat. Like almost all of them were. The Kenna game, no. Obviously, the Sony first-party games, no. Although I don't know about Marathon. I'm not sure. Maybe that'll come over at some point. But the God of War stuff obviously isn't. But the large majority, 99%, 95%, pretty much all the games, almost all the games were multi-platform games. So keep that in mind when you, like, because, like, that's one thing that usually happens at these events. Like, they'll be like, oh, it's exclusive. And it's like, no. Right after the event, or even as the event, like, the press releases go out. So then you can find out if it's a multi-plat or not, literally like during the event. Because Konami or these companies will put out press events or press releases, and they'll show all the platforms, or they'll have the trailer on their page and you'll see all the platforms there.
I was nervous when I saw Dead Cells developers. I
Yeah.
was thinking please don't be a Rouge Light. Lol.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with me. It's like the rogue situation, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So if you look at like Symphony of the Night, for example, because you said it kind of reminds you of Symphony of the Night, and like I don't think it does, like the style. I know it's a very different style. This is a PS1 game, but like I don't get the same vibes from looking at like this that I get from looking at that other game. Like,
die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
This is great.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
But
But enough talk. How about you?
what is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. I mean, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. All right, hold up. But then, like, I want to go like to this first part. Like this first part, it doesn't give me the same vibes. Like this right here. Like, it don't give me these vibes right here. Look at Alucard. Look at my boy. Booking it. Booking it. Look at this man. Nah, I ain't feeling it, bruh. Like the 3D kind of like rotating graph. Like, nah, it's not the same. Nah, it ain't the same. Like when he's just booking it. Okay, this guy's speedrunning, but still. I don't know, man. I don't feel the exact same. I feel like when I saw Metroid Dread, it reminded me of like if PS1 evolved like this. Like if Symphony of the Night was a Metroid game, it looked like Metroid Dread. Like if they made like a modern 2D Symphony of the Night, it looked like Metroid Dread. It wouldn't look like Castlevania Belmont's Curse. It would look like Metroid Dread. If you took these graphics and evolved it for a modern audience, I don't think it would look like Belmont's Curse. I think it would look like Metroid Dread. That's all I was trying to say. Not that Belmont's Curse is bad, but I don't think these graphics scream Belmont's Curse. Like, I don't think Symphony of the Night is like, oh yeah, look at those graphics, and it looks... This looks like they were trying to be more realistic with the art style, but we're obviously on the PS1. Belmont's Curse looks like it's trying to be more like a cartoony, you know? And then adapt it to, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but adapt it to the Castlevania brand. So I think there's a difference between the two. You know, I think that there's definitely a difference between the two. Bloodstain's art is not as good as Symphony of the Night. Like, I know they tried, but it just doesn't, it tries to be Symphony of the Night. And I know that they did an admirable job, but it's off. It's still off. But yeah, I think they're trying more than what this game tried, you know, or sorry, than what Dracula's Curse tried. So, you know, or sorry, not Dracula's Curse, sorry, Belmont's Curse. So, like I said, we'll see, man. We'll see when the game comes out. I'm looking forward to it, you know. I think they're trying to emulate the Netflix anime to bring new audience. Yeah, I think that's probably what they're trying to do too. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of the Netflix anime style. Yep. Well, you watched Doc Trey's video about Sons of Sparta. He makes a great point. I did watch it. I left a comment on there too, as well. But I did watch that video. I do like the style of the 3DS Castlevania more than the new Castlevania game, because Castlevania's never, and I know there's the anime, but I've never related the video games to that type of style outside of maybe like the DS games. The DS games do have a anime, like, I mean, Castlevania's always had like a certain anime style, whether it was old school 80s vibe anime or it was, well, not always, but it's always had somewhat of that style in a lot of the games. But the DS games, the art in the background more resembles Symphony of the Night than, like, it doesn't have like cartoonish type backgrounds. It's anime looking characters with more of a realistic background that they're trying to emulate from Symphony of the Night, you know? So it's a little bit of a dynamic that I think sticks out and is good. But, you know, like I said, I'm still looking forward to Belmont's Curse. I think it's going to be fine, you know? I think it's going to be a good game. I think the combat in the game is probably going to be incredible. The Dead Cells developers, they know how to make combat. I will give them that. They know how to do combat, so chances are the combat's going to be incredible, you know? Happy Friday, Dane. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you. Also, we got some more donos that came up here. Shout outs to Justin with multiple threes. He also just admitted that he'd play the Nintendo games even though they're mid. Yeah, I know, seriously. Absolutely, man. What a joke, right? What a joke. Thank you for the multiple threes, Justin. Appreciate that. Let's get you up here on the board. Appreciate you coming through, man. Seriously, thank you so much. Justin with the 34. Anybody that's 34 more, man, just at the top of the board. Ayo! This should have called Square to borrow HD 2D. You don't have to borrow HD 2D. HD 2D is not a you don't have to do it. You can just do it yourself. HD 2D is not there's not a patent from what I understand on that. Because like there's other games that have a similar style to HD 2D and they didn't have to call Square Enix or anything. Square Enix makes all their HD 2D games within Unreal Engine 4. It's not anything that they do. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some like middleware, but if you want to make HD 2D, you can make your own. I mean, there's other developers that have made, indie developers too, that have made games that look like HD 2D games. Let's see here. OJ, we haven't had a new PE arena lately. You still do them? We haven't done them lately just because there hasn't been stuff that I really wanted to do right in time. But yeah, we're going to do one with Mario Tennis Fever coming up here. Speaking of pixel art, I'm crushed to replace Isn't Multiplat, another banger game that would look great on handhelds. I don't even know what that is. I forgot what replaced is, so what is that? Let's see. OJ, I've been playing Mario Tennis 3 hours. It's addicting. Yep, it can be. I'm going to go pick up my copy at some point. The old Trails in the Sky games are kind of HD 2D. The old ones? I mean, they were not HD. They were like on what PSP or something like that. So they weren't, I don't think they were quite HD 2D. But yeah, I don't think they ever were. But I guess if they re-released them and they redid the graphics, maybe. I think those were just 2D games. Those were just those might have just been 2D games. Replace an Xbox game? Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Maybe I should. Playing MGS1 on my 4K TV with widescreen all day with great Switch 2 version runs awesome. Now when people said it was bad before, it was bad. Metal Gear Solid now runs a lot better. I know I have. Do I have my MGS collection? Where is it at? I thought I have it. I'm pretty sure I do. My wife, she alphabetized my videos. LN. I have it somewhere here. Mega Man, Metal Gear. I don't know where it's at right now, but I'll find it. I don't know where my Metal Gear Solid collection's at, but I know I'll find it. I have it on PlayStation for sure, but I'll find it, my Switch 1 version, so I'll find it and I'll pick it up and I'll play it again. SD 2D. SD 2D with that one. So the old Trails in the Sky games are HD 2D. The old trail. Okay, I already read that. Well, yeah, I meant HD, but 2D sprites in 3D world. I mean, HD 2D is just a take on like an old game. So like, there's a lot of games that are like that were built kind of like that back in like the PSP or, you know, PS1 or old days. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Let's see. Any chance Metroid Dread gets a Switch 2 enhancements? There's always a chance of Switch 2 additions or updates for games. There's always a chance for those. Just gonna ignore that beautiful Switch 2 in the background. What, this one? Yeah, this one. It's a nice Switch 2. There's a PS Vita. There's a PS Vita. Here's a Switch 2, PS Vita, PS3, Xbox Series. And then I have a bunch of... this right here, it's hard to tell, but that's a PS4 Pro. And these are some Xenoblade stuff. This is Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. I should put my my special edition. I have another one. Where is it at? Oh, here we go. I should probably add this one to the mix. I have this one too, but I didn't put it there. This is the original Wii U Xenoblade Chronicles Special Edition. This is actually the first Xenoblade Special Edition ever made. Was this one right here back in 2015. So I have it. I have the original one. Interesting thing about this is that the USB flash card on here, don't use it. It messes up your computer. So I do have this, so maybe I'll put that in the background at some point. So I have that, but a bunch of Xenoblade stuff. And then, actually, this stuff's interesting. This is like a Zelda Champions, like art book or something. It's like, I forgot what it was, but it was like something on Amazon that I bought. It has like a bunch of Breath of the Wild stuff, and then Metaphor Refantazio Special Edition. And then Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition. And then this is the Zelda Black Box. This is a one-of-a-kind type of thing that came with like a Zelda sword in like the little Triforce thing. So, and it came like with the game, like a gold coin and like all sorts of stuff. But like, yeah, that's like super crazy. If you can find one, it's really expensive now. Like Nintendo did like one print run at the beginning of the Switch 1's life, and that's all they did. They didn't print a lot of them. There's barely any of these black box editions, so they're pretty expensive. I got a PS5 right here too. PS5, and that's this right here, that is Fire Emblem Engage. That got a really limited special edition that's getting more rare, so that's the whole shelf. But I change things out all the time. Like, I always change things. I'll probably change it. I'll probably put my Xbox Series back down because I want to play some 360 games. So I'll probably remove that series and put something else up there later. Let's see here. Favorite console special edition you own, handhelds included. Favorite console special edition? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. So I don't know. I have a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah. So certain grifters are crashing out over Mario Tennis Fever using assets, reusing assets, like the only game in sequel to do so. Yeah, like I said, people are just talking. A lot of their favorite games also reuse assets too, so it's pay them no mind. Favorite so there is like 4 or 5 of those Zelda art book Dark Horse, missing one in my collectible. Okay. The European and Australian special edition of Xenoblade X on the Wii was actually packaged very differently than the way it was in America. Oh, okay, we didn't get that here in the US then. We didn't get that special edition from on the Wii. This was the first one that I was able to buy here in the US, was this one right here. Will we experience deja vu when you change something, OJ? Experience deja vu when you change something. I'm not sure, maybe. Switch 1 has had so many good special editions. It's hard to pick a favorite, but the first Octopath Traveler special edition. Oh, yes. Yes, I think I have that. Do I? I think I do. Hold up. I do. Yes, that is a very good special edition. Yeah. That is a very good special. I have that one. I lost track sometimes, but yeah, I have it. It's an Octopath Traveler special edition. I think I bought this one, but I think shout out to Destiny FOMO. She might have shipped me another one. I might have 2, but I don't remember. I don't remember. I know she like shipped me like a bunch of games that she just didn't want anymore, and she didn't feel like selling. Yeah, this special edition is super nice. This is definitely one of my favorite ones because there's like a pop-up book in here. It's obviously like a book, and this one's crazy good. Yeah, like this one, it's like a pop-up book. Like, it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, there you go. So like it gives you different pop-up book scenarios. So it's actually really cool. There we go. So it's actually super cool. Yeah, it's a real, yeah, this one definitely one of my favorite special editions. Absolutely one of my favorite special editions for sure. One of my favorite special editions. Definitely. Very good special edition. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I have a lot of Switch 1 special editions. I bought a lot of the Switch 1 special editions when they came out. Well, that one's good. Thoughts on Fallout 4 for Switch 2? Really hope Bethesda gets this one right. I don't really care about Fallout 4 for Switch 2, but I mean, I hope it's good too. I hope it's actually good. Oh, that one's awesome. It's like a pop-up book style to it so far. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Triangle Strategy got one too, but it was only in Germany, but I imported the German one. But it doesn't have like a pop-up book like that. I don't think so. Or a European special edition. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. They kind of stopped doing them like that after Octopath 1. But Octopath 1, still to this day, it's the best-selling HD 2D game. At least the best-selling individual release HD 2D game. I don't know if Dragon Quest 1 or 2 or Dragon Quest 3 sold better. It might have. But for a long time, Octopath Traveler was like the #1 best-selling HD 2D game. It sold really good on Switch 1. People were excited because HD 2D was so new. We were like, oh wow, it's like a Super Nintendo game. It's like playing like, you know, classic Square Enix Super Nintendo game, but brought back. People were really hyped for Octopath Traveler back in 2018. It was a great game. Let's see here. I was so mad about that Triangle Strategy. Oh, I know. Hold on, I gotta show you guys. It's so good. The import cost on this was insane, bro. I was definitely crying. I had to work some extra shifts. The import cost on this was insane, but look at this ugly USK AB. Yeah, it's like German, dude. Like but yeah, they decided to make it like a German special or something. And my box came dented. That was like the funniest thing. Like it came, you guys see that dent, right? And it came with a dent in it because they shipped it from who knows where, Yugoslavia or something. But yeah, it was hilarious. It was hilarious that that they made it like a German special or something. But yeah, you get the steel case, and it's not even that great. That's the funny thing. There's a poster here. Is there a poster here? Yeah, it's like just okay. You get a poster, which I didn't know. Maybe I'll hang this up in my room one of these days. But yeah, it gives you all the different. It's a pretty small poster actually. Yeah, look how tiny the poster is. It's not even that big. So tiny poster. You get some. What do you get? You get some dice. Some dice, a bunch of dice in here. From like, they have like the markings from the game. And then you get a pack of cards. Terror cards or something. I haven't opened them, so I don't know exactly what they look like. But yeah, you get a pack of, oh, actually playing cards. You get a pack of playing cards like with the characters, so. Yeah, I mean, it's an okay special edition. I wish they just made one here for us. Like I said, my box came dented, which was lame. Which was like super lame. Sorry about that, guys. I hit my mic. So, whatever on that one. What up, Juice Man? So, that was that. But the box is nice at least. And at least you can't really see the dent when you put it like this. So, there was that. Let me hold on that. I'll pay shipping. Oh, man. It literally came pre-dented. There was a dent in it. And I don't know how that dent got there, but whatever. Remember, I bought the UK Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Special Edition. I had my vinyl cover from Amazon UK. Yikes, it even had to use forward shipping service. Oh, okay, yeah. Pricey. Let's see. Oh, what games are you good for Valentine's Day on Switch? I don't really play video games for Valentine's Day. I'm going to take my wife out to eat and spend some time with her, but I don't do Valentine's Day gaming. There's not anything that I do. So I don't really have anything that I'm going to play. There is a Hisuian Typhlosion that I downloaded. If you play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you can go download a special Typhlosion. That's like, I think it's like the Ghost Fire one or something like that, or like the special one that I downloaded today. So that was cool. I also have Dragon Quest 7. I played some more. I beat the second dungeon area boss at the second like island that you transport to in the past or whatever. So I did beat that. I beat that monster today. So I did do that. So I'm getting through that game. But yeah, I don't have any like Valentine's Day stuff specifically. I did not get the Dragon Quest 7 Collector's Edition. Maybe I should have. Smash Ultimate. Yeah. Do something like that. You don't want to play Date Everything on Valentine's? No, probably not. I think I'll skip on that. I'll pass on that one. It Takes Two and Split Fiction are a great way to play with significant other. Yeah, my wife doesn't play video games like that. She's cool, but she don't play video games like in that type of way. Maybe we'll play. She likes FIFA or whatever. Maybe we'll play FIFA or FC. Catherine Special Edition. I never got that one either. What's up, Party Man? Have you been here? My bad, Party Man. Shoutouts, bro. Appreciate you. When I got my PS5 Slim 30th anniversary bundle, I got a poster with it. It says two-sided. It shows one of the consoles on one side and the history of the PlayStation on the other. Pretty nice. Nice. Dragon Quest 7 Special Edition looked awesome, but it was so spendy. Yeah. Mario Tennis. I'm gonna pick up Mario Tennis. I just haven't had the opportunity yet. Have not had the time or opportunity. I've just been real busy. So I'm gonna go pick it up though. I'm gonna go pick it up today. I thought I was gonna have to go somewhere, but it seems like I got a cancel on me. So give me 1 second here, guys. Let's see here. Did you get the Three Hopes Special Edition? Yep, I did. Wait, Three Hopes? No, I don't think I got the Three Hopes Special Edition. I think I got the Three Houses Special Edition. I didn't get the Three Hopes Special Edition. No, unfortunately, I should have, but I didn't. I think I was at the Spawncast. I was at the Too Many Games when it came out, so I just didn't. I didn't think about it. It might have been at that point. I forgot exactly when, but yeah. OJ, what happened to the Power World controversy? What Power World controversy? Metroid. Yes, I've got the Metroid Dread Special Edition. It's right up here somewhere. It's around here. But yes, I do have the Metroid Dread Special Edition. Or it might be... Actually, I think it's down here. Yeah, it is. Hold up, guys. Hold up. I got that one. I do have that one. I didn't show you it was behind. You couldn't see it, but... yeah, I do have the Metroid Dread. And I think we gave away a Metroid Dread Special Edition on the channel, too, back when it came out. This was such a hype reveal. This was such a hype reveal and a hype game. Like, we desperately need 2D Metroid to come back. And Mercury Steam, Nintendo, put together something incredible, you know, when it comes to 2D Metroid. But this is absolutely an incredible box art. Incredible. I mean, it's not that great of a special edition. It's not like it has like a ton of cool stuff in there, but it's still really it looks nice. Aesthetics from like the box is very good. So yeah, that's awesome. Let's see here. OJ, what happened? The lawsuit. It's still ongoing. The lawsuit's still ongoing. So yeah. Dragon Quest 7 is insanely fun right now, and I already put 36 hours. It's crazy. I'll never even touch the Dragon Quest game till Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. Now I've beaten 3 of them, with 7 being the 4th. Nice, let's go, man. Good stuff. Felipe, dude, just give it a break, man. Nobody cares. Let's see here. I still want Modern Warfare 2. I don't want to talk about Power World. I don't care about Pocket Pair. I don't care about Power World. I don't care about Nintendo's patents. I don't care about their lawsuit. I don't care. So I don't know why you're asking me. Go pick it outside Nintendo's offices. I don't know. Go watch Grifter videos. Do whatever you need to do. I want those Modern Warfare... You said Modern Warfare 2? Night Vision goggles in the Prestige Edition? Oh, well, I used to be a COD bro before, OJ, I opened my eyes to the world of RPGs. I have a Modern Warfare 2 Special Edition Xbox 360. I kid you not. Let me show you guys it. Hold up. Let me not. Here we go. I don't have that, but I have a Modern Warfare 2 Falcon chip Xbox 360 Special Edition Xbox 360. I used to be a COD bro as well, so I went ahead and picked up this one with the 120 gigabyte hard drive. Model Falcon chip one, so it runs cooler without the it has a less chance of RRODing. So yeah, I also Call of Duty bro back in the day myself. And these ones, unlike the first ones, these ones actually have the built-in what was it? There was something with the old Xbox 360. They didn't have the built-in HDMI or the built-in Ethernet cord or whatever. Like, so you have to get something else to do that. But anyway, yeah, this is a good one. Ball and gun, yeah. Ball and gun essence right there, man. There we go. Ball and gun essence. Yeah, like I said, go talk about it on Reddit, man. I don't really care about Pal World. I don't care about Nintendo's lawsuit with them. I don't care about any of that. Whatever happens, it happens. Go talk about it on Reddit. I don't care. Like those people are insane. People that talk about Pal World, it's insane. So I'm good. Yeah, hard drive. Microsoft made an external hard drive that you can clip on and off, which I still think is really cool. The Series X has one. I think like you can slot it into the back, but this one was always fun to me because, well, they were expensive. I remember I bought this for $179. This was $180 for 120 gigabytes back in like 2008, 2007, 2008. So yeah, I bought it like around the time when it first came out, a little bit afterwards. But yeah, it was $180 for 120 gigabytes back in the day.
I want that one special edition. OJ. I have that one, here it is. Wow.
I want that one special edition. OJ, I have that. Oh, you're saying that that's one. Oh, I have that. Here it is. Yeah, it's like I'm the specialist, like Baggin' Saggin' Barry from like All That or whatever, or like that show or Roundhouse or whatever that show was where he's like, where you pull out whatever they were looking for from his big old baggy pants. Oh yeah, I have that. I don't have everything though. There's definitely much more impressive collections that people have than me. I just so happen to have a number of ones that people would probably get here, you know, with certain stuff. No, it was more than $1 per gigabyte. This was like 108. It was $179.99. I bought this at GameStop, EB Games or GameStop in the mall back in the day, like 20 something years ago. And yeah, it was like $180 for this. So yeah, you just, for those who don't know, Xbox 360, you would just press this button and it would clip right off. And then like you can put in like a smaller hard drive. I think they made bigger hard drives than this, but I don't remember. All I needed was this. Most 360 games actually didn't need to install. So if you needed a hard drive, basically a hard drive was for if you're playing like downloadable games on like Xbox Live Arcade, or if you're downloading DLC or updates or patches. But also towards the end of the life of the 360, they made it to where you can install games and they'll run a bit smoother. They'll, you know, load faster and stuff like that if you install them. Optional install. Some games required it though, like GTA 5 required it. There were some games that required like mandatory install space. But a lot of games you can just play off the actual disc. But yeah, I bought it because I needed that extra space for like downloadable stuff, downloadable content. So yeah, that's what I did. And like, so yeah, it's really easy too. And it just like clips right on. It easily clip off. Yeah, easily clip off here. Oh my God, there you go, from the up. And yeah, you put it from this. Okay, yeah, you started from top to, I think you put it from like, yeah, it's top to bottom, not that way. So yeah, you have to pull it from the top here. And it comes right off and then you just put it back on. Yeah, it's cool though, man. I like it. 360, outside of exploding on people, it's a good system. Once they got that under control. Do you have any of the swappable faceplates? Oh my gosh, I used to have the swappable faceplates. Yeah, I used to. I had a separate 360 before I got that one. That one got stolen though, and I had every single NFL team. I had a clear faceplate, And then I got a bunch of inserts for every single NFL team. And of course I always have the Niners on there. I'd always put like the Niners faceplate. So I used to have that, but I don't have it anymore. But yeah, the faceplates were cool because you can just from the there you go. And you can just take off the faceplate and then like you can customize it with the different faceplate. So it was kind of dope in that sense as well. Like where you can just customize the faceplate and everything. Yeah. But I used to have more, but not anymore. Not anymore. Maybe I'll buy some just for fun. What's up, Mifu? Welcome. Your 360 stopped reading disc last year. Oh man, sorry to hear about that. I'm starting to feel bad for Nate. The hate people keep bugging him nonstop about direct rumors for next week. Some are even attacking online just because he hasn't said anything. Yeah, those are just schizos. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Bag and sag and berry, Bag and sag and berry, Bag and sag and berry. Say what? Bag and sag and berry. Oh man, good stuff back in the day. Grifters will still talk about lawsuit as long as it's gonna do any damage to Pokemon. It doesn't really do any damage to Pokemon. Doesn't really do any damage to anything. It's just like I said, a bunch of crazy, people online that just like to talk. So I'm not really too worried about Pal World or Pokemon or whatever. I'll play whatever I want. I'll buy whatever I want. They can play whatever they want. They can buy whatever they want. So that's really what it comes down to, man. I ain't really too worried about it. Oh yeah, the series consoles have a tiny memory card, but it's pretty expensive. Yeah, they're pricey. But I don't think I'm ever gonna need like to upgrade my memory with the series because like there's enough space on there to the point where if I'm not playing something, I'll just delete it. And then I'll just, So I've never had to upgrade my memory for my Series X. Like I don't think I need to. Like if you got like a gigabyte, that's enough because you're not going to be playing all of those games at the same time. Even like with my PS5 before I got my PS5 Pro, I never bought any extra memory, even though that was only 500 gigabytes, I think, with a lot of that being eaten up by the OS. I always just deleted, even though you could only fit, like, depending on what you had, you could only fit a number of games. I just deleted stuff that I wasn't playing and then did that. Now, if it was my main platform, then maybe I would have bought something. But, PlayStation has not been my main platform since, like, the PlayStation 2. So, yeah. So I've never felt the need to have to buy extra memory. I only buy extra memory when it's, like, my main platform. So, like, obviously my main platform, Nintendo, I'm going to be playing that. But like the 360, that was my main platform. That's why I bought extra memory, because that was my main platform. In the 7th generation, I mean, I played a ton of Wii, but what I usually played was 360. Now, I played a lot of PS3 as well. I played a ton of PS3. But 360 was probably my main platform. Although, I will say I did upgrade the memory in my PS3, because it was so low. It was like, I bought a 20 gigabyte PS3 for like $300 something in 2007, 8, something like that. So I did upgrade that, but they were way cheaper back then. Because like it used laptop hard drives, and it was very stupid to replace them, but you can do it. So I replaced it. So I bought like a cheap laptop hard drive for like $70, and it was like 120 gigabytes or something like that. So I did replace it, but that's because it had a pitiful amount. It was only 20 gigabytes, So. Let's see. If there isn't a direct next week, then Nash Weedle's cooked. Nash Weedle already stated that he had sources tell him that there was maybe March, and then they said no, that it was next week. So it's one of those things where, he's going to be like, hey, look, well, they told me March too, So. I don't know. I don't know why he even just says that. I don't even know why. I wish he didn't say that. I really wish that he did it. Because I don't think there's going to be one next week. If Nintendo was really mad about Power World, they requested injunction for it not to be sold while the lawsuit is ongoing. Yeah, like I said, we've already talked about this, and I don't really feel like talking about it because it's been going on and people get crazy with it overall. But yeah, I think Power World, they flew a little bit too close to the sun. with some of their stuff, and I think that's what drew the ire of Nintendo. Not saying that it was right or anything or wrong or whatever the case is. I personally said that I wish they didn't sue them. I could just leave it. But like, you know, like the Pokeспheres instead of like Pokeballs, and like a lot of the stuff, a lot of similar looking stuff. So I think like once again they just did a bit too much on there, because there's a ton of different Monster Tamer games, but that one seemed to be a bit excessive at times. But yeah, once again, whatever, man. Whatever they've already changed a bunch of stuff in Palworld apparently from there. So, you know, they've changed the spears or whatever. They changed the way you summon Pokemon or pals. They've changed a number of different things. So, whatever they change it to because of the lawsuit, that's fine too. People are allowed to, they can enjoy Palworld. People that enjoy Pokemon can enjoy Pokemon, and everyone can just move on and stop acting crazy parasocial and weird like with some of this stuff. So, that's that, man. That's really what it comes down to. Let's see. A PS3 don't need internet. You can delete all you want and reinstall. The PS3 don't need internet. You can delete all you want to and reinstall. I never said that you needed internet to delete and reinstall. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Yoshi Mario Galaxy movie poster just dropped. Let's go. Let's get hype for movie posters. Let's go. Yeah, my original 360 that I bought got the red ring of death, and then that one I went and got it fixed, and then that one got stolen, so it sucked. I wish I still had it. Let's see, it's kind of weird. Nintendo usually doesn't sue their clones. I told you that they flew too close to the sun. Some of the pals looked way too similar. They were using Pokeballs just like Pokemon. They were doing like a lot of things that were really similar in terms of looks, and that's why I think at least they did. So once again, who knows? Who cares? Like I said, play what you want. If you want to play Palworld, play it. It's not going to be. You're still going to be able to buy the game regardless. Even if they lose the lawsuit, it's not going to go not on sale. So. I need 1 terabyte for the Switch 2, and my 256 is almost full, and I don't want to delete a thing yet. Yeah, I mean, if you're downloading that much, then obviously 256 might not be good enough. So you might want to get something else. 6-7. So, sorry, not even joking on that number. 6 to 7 360s. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Hey, what's up, George FT? Welcome. What's this song from? Which song? This one's from Tekken. The last song was from SMT4 Battle 2. The song before that was from SMT5. That's called Destruction. So every time one broke, I got an arcade one. It was the cheapest, I believe. At that point, you should just switch over to PS3. If you go through like 2 or 3 360s and they're all breaking, yeah, you just gotta switch over, bro. It looks like I'll be able to stream a lot longer than I thought, just because I thought I had to go somewhere, but it looks like that got change of plans. So we can hit full extensions today, I think, and we can of course get the platinum streak to 114 as well with 18 more combos. So thank you guys so much. We are out here tonight. Let's go. Let me play the Noah and Neo then, if that's going to be the case. Let me go ahead and play the extension. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hit that like button too. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let's go. Hey, Jonathan B with the Jonin tier pledge. Welcome back. Jonathan B with the Jonin tier pledge. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much. Jonathan B's been a long time Elite Ninja, so it's good to see that you're still messing with me, my boy. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Still remember the way that Palworld defenders defend the TGE pals by bringing up whataboutism with first gen Pokemon copy Dragon Quest. Yeah, that was nonsense. But like I said, there's a lot of schizos out there. I mean, PS3 games are on CDs, so they don't need the internet to install stores to run them. The only problem is if the consoles die. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, nobody said that you needed internet to install them. Yeah, nobody said that. Like, so yeah, that was never a thing. What's up, Gamma Ray? Welcome. The 360 games were also, you know, you didn't need the internet to install those either. If you wanted to optionally install a 360 game, you didn't need the internet for that. I mean, even with PS4, with PS5, you don't need the internet to install, or Xbox Series. The only thing with Xbox Series, if it's smart delivery games, you do need the internet. If the game's not on the disc, it's kind of weird. But PS4, PS5, you also don't need the internet really to install a disc. Yo, Tekken Dark Resurrection on premium is goated. Yeah, it's good. Gamma Ray, I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. Shout outs to Jonathan B. Thank you for the Jonin tier pledge. Appreciate that. Exclamation mark member if you want to be an awesome elite ninja. Get yourself some badges, some emotes, Discord access, like my boy Jonathan B. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, my bad. I got a new card, forgot to update. No, you don't gotta apologize, dude. You've already supported me enough. So I appreciate you, fam. Don't forget the Red Ring of Death. I didn't. That's what what's it called? Was talked about Link. How he's had to go through so many. That's the Red Ring of Death, man. PS3 had the Yellow Light of Death though. So it's almost a key card. Hope they're not going to continue in that direction. It's almost a key card. What, the PS5? No. I mean, some games, yeah, you need the internet, but a lot of games you don't. You just need the internet to like update the game. Like, let's say there's an update that was released, then yeah, you need the internet for that. But a lot of the PS5 games, you can just install it and play without internet. You just won't get any of the updates unless it's already on the disc. Let's run back the N64 Smash Bros. Fade. Smash Bros? N64? No, I'm okay, man. I will run it though once we get the new Smash Brothers game. We'll run that. Hopefully the rollback netcode. The towel trick with the 360s was always a ticking time bomb. I never did it. I never decided to do it because I never decided to do it because I always felt that it was just going to make, it was obviously going to, you know, not work, then end up just exploding. So, oh man, my 360 Red Ring 4 months after my daughter was born. Horrible timing for those long nights. Oh man, yeah. I remember when my daughter was born, I had a laptop and I was playing Diablo 3 on PC. I was trying to be a PC gamer back then. You know, the Wii U was actually the Wii U came out later that year. The Wii U came out, but that was a dark time for me in gaming. Oh, that was a dark time, man. I was working. Oh my God. I wouldn't say it wasn't a dead end job, but I was working a job that I hated. You know, my daughter was born and that was great, but man, you know, my job is I wake up at 6 a.m. and then I'm there from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that was like my day. And then I have to come back and then, you know, oh man, that was terrible. I hated that time period of my life, man. I'm so glad I'm never back there, but I was playing Diablo 3. So that reminded me, Cyber Taurus. So I had a PC to play Diablo 3 back then. Do you know the back compact games on Xbox actually run fully off the disc, or is the internet required? Some games, internet's required, especially if it's a multi-disc game. The internet's required. But pretty much, I think the internet is required for a lot of them because it's a software emulation. So I think the internet is going to be required for a lot of it, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, Dane. Let's be real. We can all agree that Red Ring of Death is for far more worse than Nintendo Joy-Con drift. Oh yeah, Red Ring of Death was way worse. Way worse. Justin with the Lucky 7.
I'm enjoying all the Switch 2 games, but I need that Fire Emblem game.
Fire Emblem 4 remake? Yeah, we need Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I think Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is a needed thing, Justin. I agree. It is needed. It needs to happen. Listen, the Lucky 7, it just needs to happen, bruh. Like, we need this to be a thing. We need this to be a thing. Oh man, shout outs to Justin with the 44 on the board. Anybody does 44 or more, you can be my man. Justin, thank you so much. Justin with the 44 Hokage. And also 8 more combos for the Platinum Streak 114. Let's go. Oh. Shout out to Gavin, right? Appreciate you, fam. I didn't know I got a different phone, so I lost my contacts. Oh, man. What up, Rick? Yeah, it's the same. It's the same, fam. Yeah, I got a different phone, though. I got a different phone, so... My other phone broke. So I wasn't able to... I lost all my contacts, and it looks like the motherboard is fried, so I've got to extract the data somehow and get the data and all my stuff off that phone some way. But yeah, that's what happened there. So I got a different phone now. That's why I didn't know. I didn't remember. But it's still the same, yeah. What's up, man? What are you up to, fam? What are you doing? Let's see here. Let's be real. We can all agree. Okay, yeah, I already read that. My bad. Let's see, man. I'm still mad at Nintendo for doing a partner direct. I'm only looking forward to Pokemon Day. You're mad at Nintendo for doing a partner direct. That doesn't make any sense. They always do partner directs. So why would you be mad? That doesn't make any sense. I'm surprised how much I like Kirby Air Riders. Glad I gave it another go after being impressed with the demo. Nice. Yeah, let's go. Sup, OJ? It's been a minute. Hope it's all good. Everything's good, Meatloaf. What's good, fam? Thank you for coming out to the stream. Appreciate you. Shout outs. OJ, I thought you were gonna say the whole dark trophy hunting lifestyle you've previously spoken about. That was before my daughter. So yeah, that time sucked too. Like that time period in my life was also bad. Like actually, like all of my early adulthood was bad. Like high school and all that was okay. I thought that was cool. That was okay. But college was, I made the most of what I made the most of, but like college was not great, but it was whatever. And then after college was terrible for about 10 years. Things didn't really get good for me until I was well into my 30s plus, like 30, post 30. That's when things started getting better for me. But my whole young adult life was pretty bad. A stretch of about 10 years was bad. Like I said, I still had fun. I still played games. I still enjoyed life when I could, but I'm not going to say that I was happy at the end of the day. Like, I don't think I was truly happy, but I'm like a jolly person anyway. Like, I don't ever like, I'm never like in a bad mood. Even if something bad is happening, I don't keep myself in a bad mood because it's like a natural thing that happened to me in college. I had a, I didn't almost die, but like I had a very severe health scare with my blood pressure to the point to where it was unrealistic. They're like, if you keep going this way, if you keep on handling pressure and being angry this way, you're going to die, you know, before you hit 40 or something like that. So I had to psychologically adjust how I handle being upset. So ever since then, my brain has naturally built in things for me to never get that upset about stuff. Even if something happens that's really bad, I always, like I said, it was like a training that I did with my brain to just douse it with, you know, with water before it blows up. But before then, I used to get really angry about stuff. And I used to like pout and be angry for like days, or for a long time I could be angry about things. But after that health scare, I no longer get real crazy about things anymore. Like I said, like, I mean, I can get upset about stuff, but I never let it linger. It's usually a blip and then it's done. And then I'm done with it. And I hardly ever carry any grudges or any true anger anymore. Just because, like I said, it's like a defense mechanism for my own heart. So I don't get all worked up. But yeah, I had a crazy blood pressure. Like when I was like, it's like when I was like 19 or 20. It was like crazy. It was like 200 over like 150 or something. It was something wild. It was so bad to the point where they had to call my mom, and I was an adult. Like they had to call my emergency contact, you know? So, but like I said, this was like 20 years ago or something, 20 plus years ago. So like that's how bad it was when I was at the doctor's office, like at school. So they had to call my mom, and my mom was like, you need to do this and this and this. And the doctor was like, listen, man, like you're way too young for this to be happening to you. You got to adjust. So yeah, and it wasn't even like it was like, I mean, my diet wasn't great either, but it wasn't just diet related. It was just stress. Like it was just super stress and stuff like that, you know? You're the meanest nice guy ever. That's so funny, people. I don't think that's the first time somebody said that. You're the meanest nice guy ever. Yeah, I'm not like a mean person, but I can be very, I mean, Gamma knows me because we went to school together. So, I could definitely be a little bit of a bully to you, but I don't think we were always cool though. But I think I can definitely be a little bit like, I'd say a bunch of stupid stuff to you. But I don't think so. I think you observed me saying stupid things to other people, but I think I was always actually really cool with you and Bryson. So yeah. I don't recall messing with you too much. I probably did, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I said that to you when you would scare Bryson. I did scare Bryson a lot. Yeah, I did scare Bryson a lot. But Bryson was cool. He invited me to his house. I met his parents. I mean, we knew his parents and all that. But he was totally cool. And Bryson's parents loved me. His dad and his mom loved me. And she let me around his younger brother. I used to pick that little dude up and throw him into the air. So, yeah, like, they were cool with me. Yeah. Let's see. OJ sounds like he's on Shaw or something. I don't recall. No. Like I said, because this is like 20 plus years ago. This is like a long time ago, you know. So I don't remember everything. Let's see here. This is another reason you can't be a seething grifter. Yeah, it's another reason why I can't be. I mean, like being a seething grifter. I mean, I don't know if a lot of them have high blood pressure. Or they get that, but once again, it's more about just like being honest and like not lying. What I realized through my life is that the more that you lie, the more that it catches up with you, and ultimately you're just gonna end up being in trouble. So I also built in that mechanism to not lie, you know, at all, and definitely don't lie about things that are absolutely 1000% important, or about what you do or your morals or things like that. The really important stuff, don't be honest about that, because it's gonna help you so you don't get caught. Yeah, there's a lot of people that maybe aren't smart, you know, but there's a lot of people that are smart and can figure out things. So it's best not to lie about things, because if, you know, like I said, people can catch you on a lot of stuff. Which is why I catch so many people on a lot of things, like whenever we do our debates and things, because it's like, I'm not saying I'm the smartest person, but like, you know, there's a lot of people that are really, like I said, they lie a lot. So it's really easy to catch people lying just by asking a few number of questions to them. OJ sounds like okay, I already read that. Hey, what's up, Jackson? Welcome, man. How you doing today, fam? Quality of life is so much higher when you forgive and hold no grudges. Took me many years to learn that, but first experience is the best teacher. Yeah, I agree. I think that's the better way to live. You know, just because, like I said, there's some things that are unforgivable that you can't get past, but a lot of the stuff that happens in life is very easy to just say, yo, like, I'm good, or like, yo, you know, like, it's all good, like, I'm cool, I'm straight with that, you know? So that's what I learned, especially in college. Like I said, especially in college. I keep on bringing it up, man, but that whole situation with, you know, with the whole, you know, the birthday party and nobody showed up, like, I think that's when I was like, who's just relax. And I wasn't even that mad, like, to keep it a buck, even at my friend that didn't show up. I wasn't even that mad. I mean, like, it was more of like, okay, I know you're a character and I'm good, more so than me being angry, you know? More so than me being angry, it was just more like, yo, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I see the type of character you have. I'm gonna do me. You do you. I'm not mad at you. I just know that I can't rely or depend on you when I need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be there for you all the time. Like I said, this girl, oh my goodness, bro. Like, this whenever she needed something, and like, to be fair, I think she helped me with some stuff. I don't know if she did. I can't recall anything. But whenever she needed help, I helped her, okay? Even when there was weird stuff between me and her, I helped her. This lady, oh my gosh, she would make me feel weird too. She would make me feel super weird. There was nothing ever, well, we never dated or anything like that. We never dated. In high school, like, I think some people say, oh, she likes you or something, but like, we never saw it that way. She was like 6 foot tall. I'm like not 6 foot. So it's like, she's like, wait. So I was like, that was like never going to happen, you know? But anyway, but when we got to college, you know, like I said, we were always cool. All throughout college, we were cool and everything. So I just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just let it go. That party scarred OG for life. You remember it on his deathbed? I will remember. Because that's when I realized, honestly, have you guys ever had a life-changing moment when you realize this is who you want to be. Like, you realize what the world is about. I think a lot of the stuff that I feel right now, like how I view the world, was from there. That was before I had a lackadaisical, everybody likes me, la 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 la, like type of attitude. Like, oh yeah, there's no problem. I'm cool. I'm you know, OJ, he's a party guy. You know what I'm saying? He's dope. Everybody like him, right? He's cool. After that, I realized, bro, people do not like you, no matter what you do. People do not like you like that. Even if you're nice to them, even if you're cool with them, you can be totally dope and be like I said, in college, I was cool to everybody. Like all my classmates, like they all not like me like that, but not really. But I had no issues with any of them, and we were all cool. And I'd go to functions when they invited me and all that type of stuff. But that's when I realized it doesn't matter what you do. People will still just like not like you for whatever, or just be like, nah, screw you, you know. So that's why I don't really get upset or anything. Like when it comes like to the internet, that's what built the skin for the internet. When people say, oh, you're this, and they cuss me out or be racist or whatever, I'm like, okay, screw you too. Like, like I could have never handled that like back in the day because I felt like, but I didn't do anything wrong. But now it's like, yeah, people are just gonna not like you, you know, just because, or they're gonna make up stuff just because, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Like, tough life, you know, that's how it is, you know. So I think that's, in my opinion at least, that's kind of, I'll text you the name, Gamma. Do you have your yearbook? I'll text you I'll text you who it is. I'll text you. But if you have your yearbook, you could I'll text you the first and last name if you have your yearbook. But yeah, don't drop it in the chat or online or anything like that, because like they're still online like when it comes to certain stuff. So, but yeah, anyway. But I'll text you after I'm done with the stream today. Yeah, that's why I just realized one thing. It's like, yo, man, like you gotta just gotta do your own thing, you know. Letting things go, being a man or a woman. I haven't. I remember a gang of people. Okay, dude, I don't have a yearbook. Like I said, I'll text you later. I did not buy the yearbook, and I really should have. Do you have your junior year yearbook? Because that I would be in that one. Like if you have your senior year yearbook, I'm not in that one because I'm older than you by I think a year or two, or just I think it's just 1 year. I think you're just 1 year younger than me. So do you have your junior year yearbook? Because then she'd be in that one because she's the same age as me. So if you have your junior year yearbook, I can tell you exactly who it is. Let's see, being a man, but yeah, exactly, man. You just gotta learn to, like I said, move on from things. Like, don't let it bother you. So, like I said, even if I saw her to this day, I'd probably be like, hey, what's up? You know, how's it going? You know, I wouldn't be mad or anything like that. Let's see here. If you ever need someone to vouch for your character, I got you. Hey, see, there you go, man. There you go. I wasn't perfect, but yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, I did my best. You know, I did my best. Could have done better though, to be honest. Could have done better. But like college, like I said, it was cool. Like I never really had any issues. Oh, well, there was that roommate that I got into a fight with, but that was different. That was different. I was acting annoying, and I told you guys about that. I was being annoying, and I took it too far, and I gave him one hit on me, and he decided he was gonna... I said, hey, look, man, I'm being really annoying. You can go ahead and give me a punch. You can punch me in the face. I'll brace myself. You can just give me a punch. And he took my act of kindness of me saying, hey, look, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna stop being stupid. He took that as, no, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna kick your A. We're gonna fight. I'm gonna mess you up. And I'm like, wait, hold up. No, I didn't say all that. I didn't say all that. You can beat me up. Wait, hold up. I said you can get one punch. Remember, I did not hit this guy at any point. I was just being annoying. I was putting ketchup packets right by his door, so when he opened his door, he'd step on a ketchup packet. Like, it was like stupid stuff like that. It was like dumb stuff. It was not anything like crazy. It was like stupid college stuff, like little college things, right? So he took that as, oh, I'm gonna kill you or I'm gonna beat you up. I was like, bro, you wanna fight? No way. He's like, yeah, I wanna fight. Ah! And he slammed the table when I was eating. and I was eating this, because it sound really stereotypical and black, but I was eating a bunch of chicken, and like, we had just got done working out, so we were trying to get our protein in afterwards, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass, and he slammed the table, and my chicken landed on my, and it was like hot, and I'm like, all right, man, let's go. I was like, all right, you want to fight? Let's do this. And I swear to you, that's what happened, bro. I thought he was just joking. This man he was like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up and all this. And I'm like, bro, my God, this guy was built like a Minecraft character, mind you. Mind you, he was built legitimately like a Minecraft, like a block. He was built like Minecraft. They're talking about he's gonna beat me up. Like, remember, how old was I? I was in my early 20s. I was working out every single day after school for like 2 hours after class. I would go to class, come back, play video games, wait till my homie George from my roommate got back. We'd walk to the rec at Fresno State, and we'd lift weights for like 2 hours. Then we'd run. We'd lift weights for like an hour and a half. Then we'd run for like 30 minutes. So I was in like literally the best shape of my life, and I was playing football, you know? So like, there's no chance this guy would have beat me up. Like, there's zero chance this guy beats me up. Zero. I'm benching like 350, I'm squatting like 600, and I'm running like 4.6, 4.5, 40. There's no way this guy beats me up. And he's like, I'm gonna kill you! I'm like, oh my God. So I went easy on him though, but like, y'all know the story with that. Yak Diesel with the $20 donut says, unpopular opinion. As long as you can channel your anger productively, nothing wrong with holding a grudge. I would never ever think of comparing myself to him, but look at Michael Jordan, a notorious grudge holder. Well, yeah, Michael Jordan, that's like, yeah, he channeled, I love Michael Jordan. He channeled his grudges and his anger. Sometimes they weren't even real, but he channeled that into being the best at a sport. And even now at this point, he still holds some grudges with some people, right? And I think that, yeah, that's true. If you can channel it into something, but I will say this, a lot of the times we don't have the same, you know, obviously he has a drive for a sport. When it comes to what I do, I take a lot of the criticism that people will give to me, and I try to put that into my content. I try to put that into being positive. I try to put that into making sure that I show up. I try to put that into everything. So yes, I do that. Now, I don't say that, but I do it. I intrinsically do that. Oh, you think my channel sucks, or you think, okay, that's fine, but I'm still gonna do what I do. I had people telling me that 10 years ago when I started this channel, no, more than 10 years ago now, 13 years ago, when I started it, people said, you're a fraud, you're not gonna be able to do anything, you're just a fanboy, you're this, you're that, you're not gonna get more. I remember one guy famously told me, you'd be lucky to get more than 2,000 subs. He's like, you'd be lucky to get more than 2,000 subs. So I took that and I said, all right, that was back when we had DMs, back when you could actually DM people on YouTube. And I'm like, all right, 2,000 subs. All right. I said, bet. And that was, like I said, a long time ago. He was a notorious troll. Not a notorious troll, but he was a troll. Yeah, I took that and I channeled it. I put it into there. Like, I didn't take it out on him, but I said, I'm gonna make sure that this channel works. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna do well on this channel. So yeah, I absolutely do that. You know, because people tell me, some people tell me, oh, you only, you know, you don't got anything, you suck, you only because of Spawn Wave. I'm like, bruh, please, I'll do what I do regardless of genre or not. Most of my subs come from my RPG channel stuff, you know, like my RPG stuff. It don't come from doing the Spawncast. It comes from me making good RPG videos or making good Nintendo videos, and I got the proof to back that up. You can look at my sub counts on Saturdays. They don't spike. They spike when I have certain videos that do really well, or like Nintendo presentations that do really well. That's when I get my most subs. So that's where a lot of my subs come from, was from Nintendo stuff. So yeah, man, like I do the same thing, man. I channel it as well. You have to. As a competitor or as a content creator, you've got to find something that gives you motivation, gives you juice to, you know, to keep creating or to keep, you know, to keep doing things. But passion obviously is very important, like having passion and, you know, and all of that. So that's what I try to do. Holding grudges doesn't mean you can't be the most successful person in the world, but how happy you are on the inside, believe me, I've tried both. Yeah. Like, to me, I think if you have a grudge and you use it towards motivation and being positive, it's okay. But if you have a grudge just for having a grudge, I think that can be destructive. that can be absolutely destructive. Like if you have this grudge because this person did something to you and you're not using that motivation for anything, it's just bottling inside of you, then I think that that can be a really, really big problem down the line, which I used to have. I had those all the time. I held grudges against, you know, people that I used to work for. I held grudges against, you know, former bosses. And it's like, bro, why am I still upset at this person 5 years later or 4 years later because they did this? It's like, what does that do? That doesn't do anything. That doesn't help me with my current job. That doesn't help me with anything. So yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. I remember the time in college when a friend of mine was trying to get me to talk to a girl. I asked him if he ever had a girlfriend. He said no, and I said, "Butt out." Yeah. Lowest forms of humanity. We should strive to live today, not yesterday. Life is far too short to hold that way. It is. It really is, man. So it also depends on what the person does. Like obviously, if the person tried to like kill you or did something crazy to some of your family, like there's nothing wrong with holding on to that if you feel like it and if you can manage it. But like a lot of the stuff that people get really angry about can easily just be brushed aside. A lot of the stuff can just be brushed aside, and that's kind of how I do. That's kind of how I do things, you know. I still remember when there were many hate watches watching the Spawncast. It's much better. It's much better though. Now it's much better. Yeah. Once again, I still use that motivation to be the best content creator that I can be. I use that motivation to get up every single day and work, like, you know, work as hard as I can. Whether it's editing, making videos, you know, if a video doesn't do well, make another video. If this live stream, put together the room, whatever the case is, right? So you just got to use it as motivation. And remember, like I said, that was the turning point for me, at least, was that party, bro. I'm telling you, it changed everything. How I view everything. It really did, you know? It really did. Shout outs to Yak Diesel and Justin with another 3. Let's go.
I didn't like you at first on the Spawncast when I watched it, lol. I subbed because of the Switch videos and honesty.
That's crazy too, because Justin, you're like goated, man. You're like the homie. So that's crazy that you didn't like me at first. I mean, but to be honest, I can be a bit abrasive. So absolutely, I can see why somebody's like, oh man, he's cocky or he's narcissistic from like, but it's really not that. It's really just, it's a show. It's a thing for entertainment. So I just try to bring out what I think is fun, you know, and that's like my attitude. My attitude is that, but it's not like I said, if you meet me IRL or if you're on my streams, it's like, yo, like everything's kind of chill. Yeah, we get a little bit spicy when certain people say some things, but once again, it's an entertainment factor at the end of the day, you know? But that's funny. I think you actually said that one time before. I think you actually did say that. Shout outs to Yak Diesel though. Thank you for the big $20 dono. JoJo's in the house. Also, you became the new Stream Ninja. Yak Diesel. Yak D with the big $19.99. Anybody does $19.99, you can get up on the board on the Stream Ninja in front of them. Let's go. And also, Noah and Mio 114. Let's go. Using bad experiences and failures as motivation, as inspiration, always yes, but holding onto the hate, no good. Yeah, I agree. Holding on to that, bottling it up. And I've had some people do some pretty crazy things to me. And I've been like, yo, man, it's all good. Or, you know what, I forgive you. Like I said, I've had some people do some crazy stuff. And I've just been like, yeah, that's cool, man. We good. You know, we good now. We good. It's all good. You know, whatever. So yeah, I mean, even like college, man, like, when I went to JUCO, like, dude, those guys treated me like crap. And I was cool with them. I mean, if I saw them today, I'd be like, yo, what's up, man? It's all good. And like they, you know, from slamming me into a locker one time to like, I guess what was it? Yelling at me about stuff to just like relentlessly making fun of me. Just all sorts of stuff, college. Like just junior, I mean, and that's kind of how football is, but it was, to me, it was a bit excessive. But you know, whatever, right? Whatever. But that's part of what gave me the high blood pressure, where I almost, you know, where the doctor was like, yo, you got to change things. Cause I was so frustrated. I was so frustrated with my playing time and with the, like, you know, being buried on the depth chart. And like I said, how they treated me. And like, you know, I think, did I break up with my girlfriend at that? No, it was, I think we had broken up, but that wasn't a factor. I didn't care. So like, there was like a lot of different things going on all at the same time, you know, all at the same time. So it kind of just all came crashing down, and like I had to commute to school for like an hour, almost an hour, because of traffic. Like, it was just sucked, man. Like I said, it just sucked. JUCO, college, all the way throughout after college, just trash, bro. Just trash. A 10-year stretch of dookie, 12-year stretch, 13-year. It was a long stretch of just. I don't think I was truly ever happy. No happy, joy. It wasn't until after that, till I truly got the freedom to kind of do what I really felt like doing. It wasn't until 2017. I think probably it wasn't until really 2015, 2017, things started getting a bit better. Things started getting a bit better in like 2017. It was better. I had some stuff that came up, but that was nowhere near as bad as like where it was before. So, and everything's been pretty good since then, you know, decades later now. Let's see, OJ, what you made you say to yourself your wife is the one that like you made you feel good. What the hell are you talking about, House King? I've had my own failures in the past, but I used to keep me humble these days and know that I can make things happen. Exactly. But Party Man, you played things way better, though. You like you went to school, you did good, you got a degree, you came back, you worked for a bit, able to get like, yeah, there's gonna be stuff, but you played things way better. You don't got any kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, you played it way better than I played it. So I made too many mistakes at your age. I made way too many mistakes at your age. You did things a lot better than I did. I made so many mistakes in my late teens and 20s. It was insane. I mean, obviously not enough to like, you know, not like the crazy mistakes like, you know, prison and all that. I'm just talking about like professional mistakes, you know, work-related mistakes, things like that. I started watching you after finding you on Twitter, and the way you handled trolls was really entertaining. LOL. Plus, you and Prime would reference each other a lot, and I was already cool watching both of you. Hey, shout-outs, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't do great in school in my early school years, but ever since I changed schools, I became a straight-A student. Sometimes the school that you go to can really change things, how you operate, how you move, you know? Absolutely, I can see that. Shout outs to J Views. What green flags did you see in your wife that made it? Yes, this is the one. Green flags. I don't know. Just like a feeling, you know, once you get to see her, like her attitude, you know, how she thinks she's gonna, her worldview, you know, things like that. So for me, it was like, hey, I don't mind, you know, doing what I need to do to take care of you and all that type of stuff. But like, are you going to like, you know, like if you know, do you like do like traditional stuff? Because I kind of wanted more of a, I wanted a wife that obviously works and wants to do and have her own thing. But like, does she oppose like, you know, cooking and things like that? You know, so like, I don't mind cooking too. I can cook. I cook for her. I don't mind cooking. But like, is she gonna be one of those people that like never cooks? Like some of these, like, is she gonna be able to be one of those people that like gets upset, like doesn't want to do certain things? So it's like, for me, it was like stuff like that, you know. Also family life too, like how's her dad, how's her mom, like, so. Those are all important things. All important. It's hard to, yeah, I agree. The Great Wall has a good point. Sometimes it's hard to forgive with a lot of past traumas, depending on what was said or what was, you know, done when it comes to stuff like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. That can be an issue for sure. Michael Jordan, you can't take everything, but you can admire how he attacked things, like with full bore, you know? You can admire how he used his passion and drive to be number one or be the best. But yeah, he was arrogant. But I mean, to keep it real, a lot of the most successful people, a lot of the biggest, like a lot of them are arrogant in the same way as Michael Jordan with a fraction of the success. You know, like, I mean, you'd probably have a bunch of people tell me that I'm that arrogant, and I mean, heck, you see it on Twitter all the time. People tell me I'm the worst ever, you know. So I think it's all based on perception, right? But once again, I still feel that Michael Jordan is a rare genetic freak that we'll never, ever, ever, ever see again. There will be never another, at least in our lifetime, there will never be another Michael Jordan. So I don't think it's even like he could control that. I think that's just who he was. That's just him. That's him. There's nothing that he could do. Think about it for a second, right? Look at Michael Jordan's family. Look at how tall they are. Look at everybody in his family, then look at him. Why is he 6'6", almost 6'7", right? Yet all of his family's like 5 foot something, barely 6. Like he has like one brother that's like 5'11". His mom was short. His dad was not tall. Then all of a sudden he's just genetic, bald, 6'6", freakishly athletic. Like that's just, he got some type of gene, like super gene down the line of his, and he was lucky enough to get it, because that is an anomaly. You know, that is crazy. So I think it's something like that, man. I think it's just, he was just born like that, and he was like that all the time. The only difference was that obviously when you go pro, but in college he was like that. He'd take the final shot. In high school, all that stuff, you know. 6'7". Even his sons are short. I mean, his sons aren't short. They're just not as tall as him. But his sons, I think one of them is like 6'2", 6'3". The other one's like 6'1". So they're not short. They're just not as tall as him. That's usually what you'd expect out of, like, okay, somebody who's tall and a mom that's short. Yeah, you're gonna get about, like, let's say you get somebody that's 6'6" and somebody that's like 5'5", right? You're probably gonna get kids that are about, if they're men, that are about, you know, 6'2", 6'1". Maybe some of them get as tall as him, but most of the time they don't. Sometimes they do, but a lot of times they don't. Michael Jordan, his dad was not tall. His mom was not tall, and he's 6'6". Once again, he got some type of crazy gene that made him be who he is. Like, I don't think there was anything that he could do to not be who he is. So that's the reason why I think it's like Michael Jordan's different, you know? Like, same thing like Michael Jackson, man. Like, who sings like that at like 2 years old? Like, who sings and dances like that? That is genetic. Because, like, he had a bunch of brothers and sisters, and none of them are as good as him. Like, not even close. And they all had the same training. They all had the same crazy dad. They all had the same thing. And Michael Jackson was leagues above his brothers and sisters in singing and dancing. He was the lead singer when he was like 5 or something, and his brothers were all older, you know? Like, so it's just, there's certain people that are just born with something, man, that you can't, no matter what you say or do, it's just, they're gonna be this, you know? No, his mom was not keeping secrets. I don't know. My dad is 6'4", I'm 6'4", my little brothers are 6'4", so I guess I thought that was weird. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, that can happen too, you know, where you're the same height or anything. But usually, from what I see, a lot of times it's shorter, you know. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's just random sometimes, man. I mean, I remember I went to school with one guy. You know, they both played. I played football with both of them because there was a brothers. One of them was 2 years older than me. So when I was a sophomore, he was a senior. Dude was like 6'4". He was a big dude, played defensive end. And then I also played with his brother. His brother was 1 year younger than me. And he was like 5'9". And they look exactly alike. You can tell that they're brothers. They look exactly alike. And one of them's 6'4", the other one's like 5'8", 5'9". He's good. They're both good players. The other guy, they were both good. Like, one of them was a DB and the bigger one was a defensive end. But like, it's just genetics. Just sometimes it happens that way. My brother is about 6 foot. I'm 5'8", 5'9", you know? So sometimes it happens that way. You can almost guarantee a boy to be tall if the mom is tall, like 5'8" or above. Mom's like 5'10". Yeah, well, yeah, if the mom is tall, then yeah, that's pretty much a guarantee for the kid to be tall. My friend Big Ben was like that. His mom was like 5'10", and his dad's like 6 foot. He's like 6'6". So yeah, that's like a guarantee. That's like a guarantee. But sometimes it does. I know like Ben Simmons, right? Like the basketball player. He's 6'10". His dad was like tall too, but his mom's like tiny. She's like 5'1", but he's just as tall as his dad. But all of his siblings are short. Like all of his siblings, Ben Simmons, they're all way shorter than him. So once again, it's just sometimes you get a little lucky or maybe unlucky depending on how you view things. So it's just sometimes it's random, man. Let's see here. One of the biggest downsides of being blessed with talent, beauty, or intelligence is the temptation of pride, narcissism, and arrogance that which accompanies it. Yeah, which has led to the downfall of a lot of people. You know, Bust Simmons. Hey man, I wish I was an NBA bust. He's made like $100 million. How much money has that man made? Hey man, I think he's making off pretty good for being a bust. I'll tell you that. Right as your male, almost guaranteed to be taller than your mom unless your growth was stunted. Yeah, pretty much. HGH. Oh man. I think something, ever since he had that back injury, I don't think Ben Simmons was ever the same. If you guys have not hit that like button though, hit that like button, let them know that we are streaming. I appreciate everybody coming out to today's stream. Appreciate you guys being awesome. But yeah, hit that like button, comment down below. If you have questions too, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence. Also, we're talking about Metal Gear today. They had the Metal Gear. Okay, what do you guys think about this when it comes to Metal Gear, okay? What do you guys think about this? And let's get to 150 likes. We got 120 people watching or so. Let's get to 150 likes ASAP Rocky. Okay, what do you guys think about the Metal Gear Solid situation where Metal Gear Solid 4, that is an all-time goated game, one of the best games in my opinion, and Metal Gear Solid 4 is coming to Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2, Metal Gear Solid 4. It's the Master Collection Volume 2 with Peace Walker, and there's no PS4 version of the game. PS4 fans have been waiting forever to get a remaster of Metal Gear Solid 4, and somehow, some way, ghetto Nintendo Switch 1 owners are gonna be able to get access to that. I just found that to be very funny. So what do you guys think about that? Metal Gear Solid 4, Switch 1, Switch 2, PS5, Xbox Series, PC. Me and my older brother are 5'7", middle brother 6'1", absolutely unfair. Yeah, dude, it just happens. Fladius, how tall is your mom and your dad? I've been waiting forever to get MGS4 on a Switch console, but no, gyro aiming is super lame. Oh yeah, I mean most of the time you don't have to shoot in the game though. To be honest, I mean so you don't have to really shoot too much in Metal Gear Solid 4. You can just like choke people out and stuff. The problem with being tall is that many of those tall people will have knee problems later. Yep. That's why I said it's a blessing and it's a curse, because if you don't, you can be tall and that can get you, hey, look, maybe you're more popular with women or men or whatever you're into. But if you don't use your height, like real height, I'm not talking about people that are like 6'1" or 6 foot. I'm talking about people that are really tall. If you don't use that height for sports or anything, there's really no like benefit. Like I said, unless like, women do like taller men or whatever you're into, probably like people that are taller. But there's really no benefit outside of your knees are probably just going to be jacked up when you're older. I mean, that's really it. Because clothing, it's harder to get clothing, harder to get, fit into cars, harder. You got to watch your head on ceilings or chandeliers. Like there's no real benefit if you don't use it for sports. So nothing wrong with loving yourself though. If that's how tall you are and you love how tall you are, then that's fine too. But in terms of just like health benefits and stuff, there's really nothing. Nothing really that it doesn't give anything. Like I said, unless you use it for sports. But once again, self-love is important. So if you're really tall and you don't have to be a basketball player or a volleyball player or you don't have to. You can still be, it's still great to be tall too. My dad is 5'8", my mom is 5'2" though. Okay, so yeah, you got about to where you got to, but your brother got a gene from like your grandparents or from like somebody that's tall in your family. It just happened to slip in there at some point, Yeah. I forget, is PS4 compatible with PS3? Is PS4 compatible? No, you can't play PS3 backwards compatible games. No, there is no backwards compatibility on PS4. PS4 can only play PS4 games native. Now you can, I think there might be streaming on there, I'm not sure, or you can like, maybe there's like remasters and ports, but there's no backwards compatibility. Yeah, exactly. The best thing about being tall is improves your dating life, and that's about it. And even then, like, honestly, how important is that or not? Like, it's not that important, you know, because there's so many women in the world, or so many whatever you're in the world. So if one doesn't like you, you can find somebody else that doesn't mind your height. So really, even that's not even that big of a deal, you know. Hey, what's up, Gino? Welcome. I thought Konami was going to remake MGS4 the same way they did with 3. They might still remake MGS4. They might still actually do that. So they might still actually do it. So we'll see. How much you want to bet Sony did that to force PS4 players to PS5? They already sending them the message on PS4 to switch over. Well, Konami made the game, so I don't know how Sony could force them to do it. I'm surprised that PS4 and Xbox One are not getting MGS Volume 2 collection. PS4 should be able to run MGS4 better than Switch 1. It's not based off of how it can run or not. I don't think that's how it's based off of. I don't think so. Poor Kevin Nash, dude's knees are shot. Kevin Nash's knees are absolutely cooked. His knees are absolutely cooked. Bad. But you know what? Once again, he used this height to gain generational wealth. But Kevin Nash his life is a bit tragic. You know, what happened to his son. I think Kevin Nash feels, from what I hear him talk, there's something wrong. You know, there's just something wrong with Kevin Nash in terms of like, emotionally. I don't know. I can't say what it is. I can't tell you, but there just seems to be some sadness whenever I hear him. And I love Kevin Nash, man. Like I think he was a great wrestler, and I liked him in the Ninja Turtles. But there's just I feel a little sad every time I hear him speak now, because it just feels like there's something wrong, or there is something wrong, you know? Which makes sense. I mean, what happened to his son? Do you think DOA 6 or the new entry will come to Switch 2? I think they'll come at some point. OJ, help me, Matt. I'm 72 hours in Persona 5, but I have so many games that I want to get. Do I drop it? If you're 72 hours into Persona 5, I wouldn't drop it. No, just stick with it, man. Get through to the end, beat the game, and then you're free. Then you're free to do what you need to do, you know? I came to appreciate being smaller. I can fit in a lot of tight spaces that others can't, as I'm skinny as heck too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Shopping, I'm shopping to get Express SD code is 4,256. Switch 2, I see Walmart as an Express SD card for 512. The 512 one would be pretty good, Gina. Yeah, exactly. He's lost a lot of close people. Yeah. I think he's gotten probably undiagnosed concussions too that he hasn't talked about or said or anything like that, or maybe he hasn't. Maybe it's more severe than really what it is. So I really hope Atlas announces ports for Persona 1 and 2 this year. Ports, like the straight up games, I mean, those games aren't that great, House Games, so don't hype yourself up for something that ends up being mid or mediocre. I don't think Persona 1 and 2 are that great. I mean, they're there. Let's see, do you think Konami decided to no port to PS4 because they may anticipate lower sales on the platform? I think that's really what it is. I think that that's the real reason why they decided to, because you have to pay for that certification and to release it on there, so they decided to save the money. And they probably looked at active users. I mean, PS4 still has an active user base, but Xbox One, I know why they dropped that. There's no reason to put that on Xbox One. But PS4 was a little surprising considering there's Switch 1. But I think the reason why Switch 1 gets it is because Switch 1 still has a very large active user base. So it doesn't make sense to... The only way to get to Nintendo fans is through Switch 2. Most Nintendo fans don't have Switch 2 right now. So I think it really came down to that the Switch 2 does not have a big enough base yet. And while they were making this Master Collection Volume 2, the Switch 2 probably wasn't even out yet. So it made sense to just do Switch 1. I think that's really what it comes down to. Apparently Nash said he would donate his brain for future research on CTE. Yeah, I can see that. OJ, I played both of them and I liked them. Hey, then have at it, man. Have at it. Whenever they do port them over, have at it. Have fun. Castlevania has never been a roguelite. Don't think they're gonna start now. I think are you behind on the stream? But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a rogue. I don't think it's gonna be a rogue game. It's always a matter of ROI, return on investment, factor in opportunity cost and limited resources. Yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to. I just don't think that they felt that there was going to be some type of big return on investment with the PS4 version. Although there could have been, but maybe they feel that there's enough people that have moved over that would buy Metal Gear that already have a PS5 because of Delta or because of whatever. So I think that could be part of it as well too. That absolutely could be part of it. Express SD card is not cheap. 512. It's not cheap, so you might want to wait maybe till Black Friday this year. I know that's a while, but you might want to wait. You'll probably be able to get them for much cheaper. I'd love to see a collection of SMT 1 and 2 with the different versions throughout the years. Yeah, I have no... To be honest, I have no desire to go back and play SMT like 1 or 2 or Persona 1 or 2 at all. No desire to go back, but I know other people do, so I hope they actually do those for you guys, the ones who want them. Yeah, shout outs to Justin. He gave me a 512 memory card, so that was awesome. I was able to get my reviews out. I really needed that memory card because I couldn't find one, and Justin was able to ship me one, fast shipping, to get here so I can get my Yakuza 0 review, my sponsored spot, out in time. I was like sweating bullets on that because I needed to get it out, and I could not find a memory card that would come anytime soon. So that was awesome. Shout out to Justin on that one. Gonna be honest, not the biggest fan of Dragon Quest 7 dungeon music. Loving the game so far. Dungeon music, yeah. Dragon Quest music in general is not the best. You guys know how I feel about Dragon Quest music. 512 was 80 on Amazon. Yo, let's go. 80 on Amazon. Damn, I was a little behind. My bad. YouTube been doing that recently. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I gave in and grabbed the 512 on Black Friday. How much did you get the 512 for, Superpower Man? And what's up, dude? How you doing today? What is good? What is good? I don't know. I haven't checked the prices in a long time because I have that 512, so I'm good for the most part. I am good. I am Gucci. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection coming this August, I think, right? This August for it. What did you guys think about that Rayman Anniversary Collection as well? Rayman 30th Anniversary? What do you guys think about that? Planning on picking that? Anybody planning on picking that up? Let me know in the chat. Also, yeah, like I said, the Hisuian Typhlosion, the distribution. If you guys have Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, here's the code to get that. If you guys want to get that, I picked mine up today. I love Typhlosion though, so as soon as I saw it, I was like, what the heck? I can get a Typhlosion. A special Typhlosion from the 2026 European International Championships. So here's the code there. Just open up your launcher, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, select the Poke Portal, X on the menu, select mystery gift, and then select get code with password to connect to the internet, and then type in that code. So write it down there, type in that code, and you'll be able to, or copy and paste that code, and you'll be able to get that that Typhlosion. So that was awesome. I love Typhlosion. Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined is fantastic, but the audio is amateur hour. Voice lines sound like they're recorded in the bathroom. Have crazy volume fluctuations. Yeah. Little, see where some of the budget is kind of messed up there. $124. Woof. Bit pricey, but yeah, you needed it. Rayman, not a fan unless Rayman Origins, Legends, or a new game. Yeah. Old school Rayman is difficult though, man. That game is like old school hard. Like old school hard, you know? Look excited about Control and God of War remasters. Nice. Pull the trigger and got a 512 SD Express card, but now it's almost full. Dang, almost full. Yo, you got to delete some of those games, man. So wait, it's almost full along with the 5 or 256 that you get. So you got nearly like what, about 600 gigabytes of games. 600, 700, 6, 7. That's crazy, right? Typhlosion is my favorite Pokemon. They did him dirty in Arceus. Did they do him dirty in Arceus? Why? Oh, you don't like the ghost fire combination? I'm good in Rayman. I've never been a fan of the series. I despise the way the character looks. Oh, like with no arms or anything. Yeah, I can understand that. I like Rayman though. I mean, he does look kind of stupid and derpy, but yeah, I like Rayman though. I like Rayman Legends. Rayman Legends is all right. I did play some of the old school Rayman games. I think I played Rayman 2 on the Dreamcast, and I played Rayman Origins too as well on the Wii. But yeah. I thought the PS Showcase was good, but I'm glad to glued to my Switch 2 now. Yeah, I feel you. We need Dante's Inferno. Oh, that'd be interesting. People really like Dante's Inferno. That's a good game, though. It's a really good game. Really good game. Dude, I have 3 separate 1 terabyte micro SD Express. One is completely full of Switch 2 games. The other one is completely full of Switch 1 games. And one is empty, about to be used for extra games. How do you remember which games are on which, Jackson? Like, how do you remember, like, oh, okay, this game's on here, or this game's on there? Like, how do you remember? That's my only problem with swapping SD cards or doing some stuff like that. Like, it's like, what's on what, you know? Still hoping for a general Nintendo Direct this month. I'd even go for Direct Mini. We already had a Direct Mini. A Direct Mini is partner showcase. Those are what Direct Minis are. So there's not going to be... Nintendo doesn't do partner showcases. Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, Nintendo Direct Minis, and Nintendo Direct Regulars. They don't do all that. So it's either just a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, which I think at one point they were called Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. I think they just abbreviated it to Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. So a Mini is a partner showcase. That's what it is. When it comes to anything, and like, no, I don't want a Mini, because if you do a Nintendo Direct Mini, people are just gonna complain. So no, just be patient, play some games, play some video games, actually play and enjoy. Stop hype beasting yourself for something. It'll come when it comes, but in the meantime, just play and enjoy your games, you know? But no, I don't want a Nintendo Direct Mini, because then people are gonna sit there thinking that Mario, Zelda, you know, Xenoblade and all these other games are gonna be there. No. Wait till it's ready, and when it's ready, then cool. No. No. We'll get one when we get one. Which I think will be coming soon, though. Just finished Shells Beyond the Horizon. What an ending. Incredibly happy to be a fan of the series. Falcom knows how to cook. Yep. Hey, it's all good, Gina. No problem. Jesus, guys, we can wait a month for Direct? Yes, we can wait. OJ, there are no new games to play. There are plenty, Felipe. You simply do not like video games. You are not a fan of video games. You are not a big fan of video games. You don't like anything. You don't play anything. You just watch Grifter videos and engage in drama. But you're not someone who likes video games a lot. You're not. You barely play anything. In terms of new games, Pragmata's coming out this month. Resident Evil 9 is coming out this month. Next month is Monster Hunter Stories 3. There's plenty of games to play. It's insane. Those are all new, by the way. Those are not old. Those are new games. Those are big, brand new games that you can play on all platforms. Stop the cap. You don't like video games that much. Life will change with the 34 months. I appreciate that. Thank you for the tune-in tier pledge. I'm just being honest, Felipe. You don't like video games that much. You really don't. Thank you for the 34 months tune-in tier. Appreciate it. Oh, sorry, my bad. Progmon is April, my bad. But what I'm trying to say is that there is February, March, April. We've got big games every single month.
Do you think people are addicted to hype?
Yes. I like hype as much as the next person, but I also like playing games. I also like having time to play games. You know, I also like being able to play games. Now, once again, if you're a Mario Zelda-er, where really all you like is Mario or Zelda, then yes, there's nothing for you to play as much because it's not Mario or Zelda. But if you're actually a gamer that likes to play a different variety of games and different stuff, like there's too many games to play. There's too many. So there's just so much to play. To be fair, people hype because of rumors. Too many rumors can warp people's perception. Absolutely. But I also like playing games too. Like, I like being excited about games coming up, but I also like playing. That's why I talk about stuff like, oh man, we got announcements from the Nintendo Direct. Sorry, not the Nintendo. We got announcements from the, what's it called? From the PlayStation State of Play. Okay, Metal Gear is coming. Okay, new Castlevania is coming. Like, there's always announcements and hype. Like, we just had a PlayStation showcase. We just had a Nintendo Direct Partner showcase. Where they announced new games that are like the release dates for like Adventures of Elliot. That's a brand new game. You know, so it's like there's plenty to play. Dragon Quest just came out. It's a remaster or remake, but I didn't really play the originals like that. So for me, it's new. And like I said, this month we have Resident Evil. Resident Evil 9 is coming out, and that game looks awesome. So Pocopia is looking like it could be great. You know, based off the previews, and people wanted to clickbait Pocopia, man. I know that they were ready. They were getting ready. They were getting ready to clickbait Pocopia, but they couldn't. It actually was good. They actually liked it. But they would love nothing better to clickbait Pocopia. You know? Let's see. My problem is that I have a lot of games to play for Switch 2, but I need to use my PS5 more. The stress is real. If that's your problem, that's not a bad problem to have. Mario Tennis Fever I mean, like, there's more games than we can even afford or like have the time to play. You know? Truthfully, I'm not hyped for a Direct. I just want to announce it for people who would finally shut up about wondering. Listen, I can agree with that sentiment, but there's no point in announcing it now. There's no point in announcing it now. Announce it later when it's closer to when the games are going to be coming out.
Also, you just know the people complaining haven't beat every game in their backlogs that they were excited to play when it was announced.
Yeah.
Lol.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's definitely people. Ninja Peach.
I'm so sick of this stupid narrative that Nintendo Switch 2 has no games. That is a straight lie.
Yep.
There are several games dropping that are on Switch 2. If nothing interests you, that's on you if I'm being real. Would you rather have Wii U situation?
Let me say this. If the amount of games that we were getting third-party wise and even first-party wise came out on the Wii U in the time period that we got it, the Wii U would have been a success. Honestly, the Wii U would have been a success. If we got new Resident Evil, new Capcom IP, a new Monster Tamer game, Monster Hunter Stories, right? Let's just say there was, well, no, the 3DS game, but let's just say they thought of Monster Hunter Stories, but instead of it being for the 3DS, the first game, it was for the Wii U instead. Let's say we got all of that, plus games like the big AAA games like Cyberpunk and stuff like that, and we got Street Fighter on the Wii U, and we got all this stuff that's available on the Switch 2, the Wii U would have been a successful system. If we would have got Hyrule Warriors and a new Kirby Air Ride, let's just say they made Kirby Air Ride for the Wii U, and if they made obviously a new Mario, like let's say we got Mario Kart 8 at launch, and like let's say we got a new Donkey Kong, a 3D Donkey Kong game that was like a spiritual successor to Donkey Kong 64, and it was as good as Bonanza. If we got all of that in 7 months on the Wii U, the Wii U would have been a successful system. There is no doubt in my mind the Wii U would have been a successful system. There's no doubt it would have been a successful system in my mind. The Wii U's third-party support at launch was not sustained. The Switch 2 is getting sustained third-party support. The Wii U was actually somewhat successful at launch. The problem was no new games were announced when it comes to third-party. There was no new first-party games. There was a big drought of first-party games. The Switch 2 has had successive first-party games for its whole life. There's been something new for the most part. There's maybe like last year 1 or 2 months where there wasn't something, but in those months we had stuff like Hades 2, we had Trails in the Sky, and we had Hollow Knight Silksong, all AAA scoring, to all 90 plus Metacritic games. The Wii U had nothing in that category, indie or not. Trust me, I was there day one covering it. You can't get me on this, guys. Trust me. If the Wii U had the Switch 2's lineup, it would have been way more successful. But the Switch 2 didn't even have games from a third party wise. They did not have games even up to the level of quality of Hades 2. There's not a single third party game on the Wii U that scored like Hades 2. There's not a single third party game on the Wii U that scored maybe even like Silksong. I think that's a 91. There's no Wii U game that sold 7 million copies. There's no Wii U game that was that successful. Third party game. Mass Effect, that's an old port. That's an old port. That's an old port. That was an old port. I'm talking about new games, new third-party games. Hades 2, that's a new game. Silksong, that's a new game. Resident Evil 9, that's a new game. Pragmata, that's a new game. Monster Hunter Stories 3, that's a new game. These are all new games coming out. Or games that are not that old. Like, we're getting new stuff. And we're getting ports. We're getting both. And once again, that came out at launch. What about after launch, Felipe? What about after launch? What about January, February, March, April, May? Because for February, March, April, May, and even January, we had Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for January. We had Dragon Quest VII Reimagined for February. We have Resident Evil for February. For March, we have Monster Hunter Stories 3. For April, we have Pragmata. The Wii U did not get that in that same... It did not get that. And on top of the first-party games, the Wii U got 2 first-party games at launch, and then it didn't get another first-party game till like July of the following year. There was not a consistent release of first-party games. There was just not on the Wii U. Let's not make up something that wasn't a reality here, guys. The Switch 2 is getting consistent first-party releases. Or sorry, the Switch 2. The Wii U is not getting, it did not get consistent first-party releases. It got 2 games at launch. It got like Game & Wario, I think like in January or February or something. Some little game, that's fine, whatever. And then it was dry all the way till, I think, Pikmin 3. That was it. Oh, by the way, like, the Wii was already dead. So no companies were supporting the Wii, so the backwards compatibility was pretty much nothing. Switch 1, the backwards compatibility is goated. Nintendo put out backwards compatibility for 60 FPS updates for Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and various other games. Super Mario Odyssey, so you can play all of those games on the Switch 1 in better quality. So if you missed out on Splatoon, or if you missed out on Super Mario Odyssey, or if you missed out on Echoes of Wisdom, or Link's Awakening, you can play all of those in way better quality. Nintendo did nothing for Wii games on Wii U. They looked and played just as crusty as you remember them. Was it crusty 480p waggle controls on the Wii? Well, you're getting 480p crusty waggle controls on the Wii U. Nothing changed. It didn't use that extra GPU power. If it was crusty on the Wii, it was just as crusty on the Wii U. And in some degrees, might even be crustier, depending on your TV. What TV you play. Bro, it's not even close, man. Let's not even compare the two. Let's not even do it. The Spider-Man game on the Wii U was trash. That Spider-Man game on the Wii U was absolute garbage. That Spider-Man game on the Wii U was absolute garbage. What was that game called again? Let me try to look it up. I think it was the Amazing Spider-Man, or what was that game? Anyway, it was garbage.
According to the internet, after that state of play, Nintendo has been put on life support until Mario and Zelda. I am sorry, but the internet has never been wrong. Where is Link when you need him?
Yeah, like I said, we'll see about when the sales numbers and all that come out. We'll see about life support and all that. Something tells me that the Japanese sales are not saying that. Something tells me that the sales numbers are not saying that. But like I said, we'll see. Shout out to Casual Noob. Thank you for the big 3. Appreciate it. The Amazing Spider-Man game was trash. Garbage. The Wii U's third-party support was not great. It was okay at the very beginning, which was okay. But a lot of those games also, like, they ran kind of crusty too, though. So let's go over the Wii U's third-party support at launch. Let's go over what the Wii U had. Let's go over, man. We gotta take a look. Show more. Wii U. So the best games on Wii U were obviously all Nintendo first-party games for the most part. I mean, really the only thing you can say, but it was all the way like in September. Rayman Legends, that was a 92. That's a 92. That was in September. And that was in September 2013. They delayed it. It was supposed to be earlier than that, but they delayed it all the way to September to make Xbox and PlayStation versions. So we had to wait for that game, for like a big third-party game to be goated. We had to wait till September. We had to wait there almost a year. The system came out in November. So before we got a real, truly original, goated Wii U game, third-party wise, we had to wait for that. Like, wait all the way till September. Switch 2 had great third-party games, 90+ rated almost from the beginning. Almost from the beginning. Hades 2, Silk Song, 2 big third-party games that were great in September. The system came out in June. Bayonetta 2, that's kind of more of a first-party release. But like, this is what we're looking at, guys. We're looking at Guacamelee in 2014. That's a 90. Skylanders, bro. Just so you guys don't think I'm capping, this is what we're working with, man. This is the Wii U. Yes, Rayman Legends, September 2013. That was okay. But Guacamelee is the next best rated game. Third party. Guacamelee. That's an indie game, a small little indie game. And it's not to the level of Silk Song or Hades 2. Guacamelee, Skylanders, Swap Force. What the hell is Skylanders Swap Force? Can anybody tell me what Skylanders Swap Force is? I don't even remember this game. Nobody cares about no damn Skylanders Swap Force. Jump Force, Swap Force, Swap Force. Swap Force. You gotta be kidding me. Axiom Verge, 89. Deus Ex. Shovel Knight. Shout outs to Shovel Knight, but that was in June 2014. You guys see what I'm saying? We're waiting years for indie games. We are waiting years for like the best indie games. We gotta wait a year to 2 years for the best indie games, bro. Shovel Knight, a year plus. Damn, Skylanders again. That was in 2015. Skylanders, the system was already dead by then. SteamWorld Heist. 26. The system was dead. 2016. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'll give it that. Need for Speed Most Wanted was okay. 86. Not bad. That was March. That was March. So that's not bad. But you guys see what I'm Need for Speed? Gunman Clive in 2015. The best games are like a year, 2 years, 3 years. The best third party. Yes, you had Mass Effect at an 85 at the beginning. But if you want to equate Mass Effect, you can equate that to Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk had more content, had more everything, and Cyberpunk is the same rating. It's like an 85. So instead of we got Cyberpunk at launch. So if you want to say, oh well, you know, Cyberpunk or Mass Effect was there at the Wii U's launch. Well, we had Cyberpunk at the launch. And Mass Effect 3 was a GIMP version. There was no Mass Effect 1 or 2. So you had to play the Dark Horse comics to play the game effectively. This game shouldn't even have an 85. This is how does this game even have an 85? Assassin's Creed 3 on the Wii U is terrible.
Skylanders is a national treasure at PlayerEssence. You swap the top and bottoms of the Skylanders like Kirby Air Riders amiibo.
I don't care. Shoutouts. Thank you for the $3 though. This game is garbage. It runs like at 17 frames per second. Thank you, Casual Noob, with the $3 dono. This game is not better than Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a 80 on the Switch 2. It's an 80. This game is not better. Assassin's Creed 3 is not better than Shadows. Shadows runs better. Shadows obviously looks better, but it runs better, looks better. Shadows is a better game than Assassin's Creed 3. This game is hot garbage on the Wii U. The frame rate, it sucks. I had to cut it off because it was so bad. I don't know what the hell it's doing at an 85. It's not that good at all. So that's weird. That's really weird. And this version of NBA 2K13 was absolutely garbage. I don't know how it's got an 85, but it's garbage. Now, this Darksiders was okay. Batman, that was okay. So these are some okay launch titles. Batman, Darksiders, like, you know, Mass Effect, like, I get it. But after that, where were the games? Like I said, now we got Dragon Quest, we got Final Fantasy coming, we got FF7 Rebirth coming, we've got Part 3 coming, we've got Digimon coming, we've got Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Like, we got a consistent flow of good third-party games. It's not perfect, but still good. We got a new Castlevania coming. We've got Metal Gear Solid coming. How many Metal Gear Solid games were on Wii U? 0. 0. Look at this nonsense, man. Shantae in 2014, 2 years later. We gotta wait 2 years for indie games to get great indie games. Freedom Planet, great indie game. Damn near 3 years later. The system's already dead. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My wife just wanted to ask me like what's happening because I was supposed to go somewhere and I told her I couldn't go anymore. So garbage, man. Like, this is not it. Child of Light, good game, but a year plus later, April 29th, Mutant Muds, and like, do you guys notice all the best games are like indie games? Like, all the best games are like indie games. Like, there's like And like any of the big AAA games, they're all at launch. Like any of the good ones, okay, that's fine. Tekken Tag, big one. Darksiders, that's a launch title. That's a launch title. That's a launch title. Where are all the big AAA games afterwards? Because I think Resident Evil 9 is going to be a good rated AAA game after launch. Like there's like nothing after launch. There's like absolutely nothing after launch. When it comes to big AAA games, like nobody made anything. Like you got Monster Hunter Stories or Monster Hunter 3, that was good. That was in March though. Like there's like nothing. Look at this is pitiful, man. This is pitiful. You got Call of Duty at launch. And that's it. That's the extent of it. This lineup is terrible. Heck, we even had to wait a year, almost a year, for Resident Evil Revelations, a 3DS port. This is bad. This is not good, guys. This is not good. Excuse me. Oh man, not good. Did the Wii U get any third parties day and date? Any major third parties day and date? I think like Watch Dogs. And that's about it. I can maybe only Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs and... Was Watch Dogs day and date? I can't think of anything that was good day and date. No. Switch 2 already has a few good day and date games. Pragmata's day and date. Monster Stories 3 day and date. Resident Evil's day and date. So... Splinter Cell. I have Splinter Cell. Oh, Watch Dogs. Okay, Watch Dogs came out a year later. Watch Dogs came out a year later on the Wii U? Okay. Alright, well, there you go. I thought okay, because I thought Watch Dogs, the original was in 2014. May 27, 2014. The Wii U version, I think it came out in 2014 as well, right? Oh, it came out later that year. That's what happened. Yeah, it came out 6 months later. That's what happened. So it came out at the end of the year.
For the people begging for a direct, I'd like to see what they're playing. I am barely catching up on all the steady flow of games we've been getting before we get hit with more. Finished FF7 Remake and catching up on Octopath and Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
Yeah, trust me, it's just Mario and Zelda, people. That's really what it comes down to. Injustice, Gods Among Us. Yeah, maybe Injustice, yeah. There wasn't a lot. Casual noob with the 54 months. Jordan says maybe they didn't send out Wii U dev kits. Also, I have too many games to play on Switch 2, and the internet is filled with PlayStation console fanboys. Yeah. Oh man, there's too much to play, man. There's too much to play. But when we get the direct, they'll hit like it always hits. So. Let's see here. I'm happy people are enjoying Mario Tennis Fever outside of the story. I've seen people really enjoy the game. Yeah. Heck, I've even seen people say that they enjoyed going through the story and just kind of getting to grips like with the game and stuff like that. So At the end of the day, like I said, it's just really get what you want, buy what you want. If it's not worth it, don't buy it. If it is, if you want to buy it, then buy it. You know, it's really what it comes down to. See, this will be my first Castlevania since Symphony. Nice. Just happy people are enjoying. Yeah, I'm just happy too, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy what you want. Play what you want. It's a very fun game. About to continue the rank grind myself. Nice. Let's go. I gotta do that, man. I gotta get into it.
It's hard to catch on games. Sometimes I get off work and don't feel like doing anything at all. Lol.
I agree. Sometimes I get off from working and I don't feel like, I just feel like playing with my boy and just relax. I just feel tired, you know? So. That's literally you, yeah, man. That's literally you. Sometimes you just want to, you just want to just work and then be done, you know? Just relax. Oh yeah, I guess there was a new thing here. When people say that, let's see here. And he says, Nintendo goes after another round of Switch 2 emulators. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, man. That's crazy. I think old school RPGs are nice for a chill playthrough. Retro kind of slept on nowadays, yeah. Malta's Fiend, a good game. I've seen a lot of people say it's worse than Aces. It reviewed better than Aces, and there's a lot of people that say that it's better than Aces. Some people like the racket breaking mechanic in Aces more. I do not. I can tell you that I did not love the racket breaking stuff in Aces. So it really just depends. But when it comes to the online play, how smooth that online play is or not, content in there, all that, it looks like Mario Tennis Fever is better than Aces in that sense. But it's something that you're gonna have to, do you like the Fever rackets? Do you like the breaking of the rackets instead? What do you like more? But from what I've seen from the online play and content, it does seem better than Aces. Just started the hard mode of FF7 Remake because I'm too excited for Rebirth. The hard mode? I hate the hard mode in FF7 Remake. Juice Man Vaughn was all over these people with the whole emulator stuff. Let me go on Go Nintendo. Let me see if there's anything there. Calzanoob with the $3 dono. Let's go.
I hope to teach the whiny Mario and Zelda Nintendo gamers to appreciate other Nintendo games that Nintendo replaces their copies of Mario and Zelda with other Nintendo games. Lol.
Okay. Oh, yeah, maybe one of these days. Maybe one of these days we get that. We get it. But probably not. Probably not. Okay, yeah, here we go. I found the rumor article. Rumor Nintendo goes after another round of Switch emulators. Nintendo is known for protecting blah 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 blah. We don't know the exact emulators which Nintendo has gone after this time around. We're hearing Suyu. That's funny. Citron and Mellow and X, the big N players put. Okay, so it looks like it's more of a rumor. Nintendo put up the first tweet on it. Nintendo apparently sent DMC takedown notices to many Switch emulators, and forks hosted by GitHub. Emulators hosted elsewhere are not impacted at this time. I say it's like the never-ending battle. It's like, to me, it's like Dracula versus like the Belmonts. Nintendo are like the Belmonts, and like the Switch emulators are like Dracula. Like every time they chop it down, and then like years later it comes back. And you have like the people that bring Dracula back, like the worshippers that bring Dracula back, like with essence of like human souls. Those are the people that are like the emulator people. Like they'll just every now and then they'll cut off one head of like a Hydra, and it literally, this is like Castlevania, like Nintendovania. That's really what this is. The legendary, you know, lawyer hunting Switch emulators, you know. It's like Vampire Hunter. We can just call it Emulator Hunter Nintendo. Emulator Hunter D. I think that Mario Tennis Fever just came out, so people are already making like, oh, it's this. Mario Tennis Aces was out. Like, people played that for many years. You've got to give the time for like the meta, for online play, for everything to kind of sink in to see which one's truly better in the long run, because Aces was updated over the course of a long time. Mario Tennis Fever just came out, so I've seen people review the game. They played the story mode and they barely played anything else. And they said, oh, well, it's not worth this, or it's this, it's this. It's like, the game just came out. You put 3 hours into it, and then all of a sudden you're saying all this. So I don't really take anybody's opinion too seriously right now. Once I play it, then I can kind of gauge more. Like once I play the online and stuff, then I will. But right now it's a multiplayer game. So multiplayer games, you know, you don't really know until later, until people start like busting rackets and, you know, or like checking out like the best combinations, because there's so many characters, there's so many combinations, there's so many different things to do in the game. So I think once you really get a hang of it, and like you can play it for a number of hours, that's when it's like, okay, now maybe is it better or not. But you know, at the very beginning, it's hard to tell. So let's see, those are only the newer emulators, Wii U and up. They're not going after the older console emulators. The reason why I'm not worried about Castlevania only announced for Switch, because sometimes the only version that's physical, we get a free Switch upgrade path. It could be that too. Yeah, but I'm not really worried about it, because that looks like a Switch game anyway. Like, it doesn't look like that couldn't run really good on a regular Switch 1. That's probably going to be 1080p 60 FPS on Switch 1. I mean, it's just, so I don't really think it's going to get so much better, even if there was a native Switch 2 version. I think it's probably going to run and look about the same. Metal Gear Solid Castlevania Radiant's 30th anniversary will be on Nintendo Switch and the Switch 2. Metal Gear Solid's already confirmed, BK, so you didn't watch my video. Castlevania is already confirmed for Switch 1, not for Switch 2. Rayman 30th is already confirmed for Switch as well. So those are all already confirmed. You don't have to hope. That information's already out there, my boy. A better analogy would be the mouse demise spreading down for eons of veins of Ganondorf. I mean, yeah, that could be that too. That could be that as well. That's true. But I mean, the reason why I say Castlevania is because, yes, Link hunts Ganon, but Ganon starts it. Ganon says, hey, screw you and your whole kingdom. I own it now. And then, of course, Link says, okay. The Belmonts hunt Dracula. Dracula actually can just chill among us. Like, if you leave him, he'll just be like, all right, I'll just, you know, suck your blood when nobody's looking. I'll just do my thing. He's not really trying to do world domination. He's just existing. That's the difference between Ganon's like, screw you and everybody here. Y'all all belong to me. Whereas Dracula's like, hey, look, here's my castle, and I'll do as I please in my realm. And his castle can move. But he's like, hey, look, for me to be who I am, I need to, you know, get the souls of humans and all that. But I'll do what I want. And he's had relationships with humans. He's, you know, he had a human wife and all that. Alucard, right? And they had the kid Alucard. So it's like Dracula like can live amongst us. Just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Emulators can live amongst us. That's the reason why I don't say, like, because emulators aren't trying to take over everything and say, oh my god, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I equated it to, because Nintendo hunts those, they hunt them down. They hunt down those emulator people, man. They take them to court, they hunt them down. Link is just kind of like, okay, well, I gotta save everybody because we have no choice. Like I said, Dracula, he lives amongst people. There's been many time periods where Dracula's just chilling. You know, there's no Belmont to stop him. There's no whip to stop him. So Dracula's like, all right, I'm good. Even like Castlevania Lords of Shadow, he's just around for a really long time, you know? And like I said, he builds relationships with people. He can be very nice. He can be charming for some people. Like I said, Alucard's his kid. He had a kid with a human. So, and the reason why he's so bitter with some people, with humans, is because they burned his wife at the stake. So then therefore he went nuts at one point, you know? So there's also that you have to factor in. Emulators, once again, it kind of reminds me of that. They're just there, but then Nintendo comes, it's like, well, no, you do bad. I'm going to hunt you down. You know? Oh my gosh. Doesn't Dracula want to destroy humanity after Elisa's death? He does. But once again, it's the people that did it to him. He doesn't want to kill everybody in the whole world. He can't. Dracula can't kill everybody. He's just really angry about humanity and the people that did it, especially where he was at. But I don't think he has the, I don't think he could kill everybody in the world. I don't think that was his goal per se, you know? So I've been already found out to some counterplay to some, but I mean, obviously having Dracula around is not a good thing for humanity. He's going to kill people. He's going to drain their spirits. He's going to unleash hell upon Earth. Like, you know, there's a lot of things, but I mean, if you're not living in that area, you should be fine. But once again, his castle can teleport. So like everybody would be at risk with Dracula. But once again, it's very different from Ganon. Ganon is very different, but I can see that analogy as well. But Nintendo hunts them down. Like Ganon, it's like, yo, you have to take care of him because, you know, he's gonna, you know, screw over everything. There's also been many different reincarnations of Dracula and weird stuff that's happened. Dracula's weird. Castlevania is a weird franchise. Emulation people just keep their mouths shut. They wouldn't be hunt down. That's true. Here's the thing. With the emulation with the Switch 1, I said, these people are stupid. I'm like, you know what caused it? I said, you know what? I said, I bet you anything with the next generation, I said, Nintendo needs to make sure that they make something that's very secure. But I said, if they do, it's going to be because these people are crazy. Constantly tagging Nintendo, saying that, oh, I'm stealing or emulating Breath of the Wild or sorry, Tears of the Kingdom is, I think, what threw Nintendo into into a rage. I think that was the game because people were just stealing it or just emulating it, but they were having it way before it came out, and they were showing it, and they were tagging Nintendo on their posts, and they were responding to it, and they were leaking it, and they were spoiling it, and Nintendo said, okay, we've had enough. I think that's when they went Super Saiyan. Like when literally like the music came on, they were like, and like everything started like transform. That's when they said, okay, we're done with you guys. So yeah, they people wouldn't shut up about it.
It's hard to feel sorry for the emulator stuff because they gloat about all the time and put online everything.
Yeah.
Do you know how many crusty Steam Decks I see with Zelda and Mario on them? Lol.
Yeah, like we even saw it today. This guy that got caught for being a hypocrite puts up a picture of Breath of the Wild on a Steam Deck. What the hell does that matter with you thinking that you being hypocritical with games rated 78, that all of a sudden when it's a PlayStation game rated that and you like it, it's okay. If it's a Nintendo game, all of a sudden it's mid, it's bad. So what does that have to do with anything? Nobody cares what you think. So that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing, bro. Like it's crazy. But yeah, people did that way too much, and now they're dealing with the consequences of that. I mean, Nintendo probably would have made their system more secure anyway, but I doubt they would have went as crazy as they did. If people just kept it on the DL, I don't think they would have went as crazy as they did. If people just said, you know what, just chill, you know, it's just keep it on the DL, don't post. If people didn't post it online like crazy, especially on Twitter, I don't think it would have been that big of a deal. If people just kept it DL, you know, and the people, it would have been so much better. for them, you know? I think it would have been so much better, but, you know, whatever. Everybody has their own whatever that they do, you know? If Dracula got rid of everyone, he'd have no food. Exactly. So he can't get rid of everyone, and he can't get rid of people too fast, because then he'd have nobody to steal their souls and to get their food from. So he has to, like I said, live amongst them, almost like a predator, you know, that can't kill everyone, because then you won't have anybody to, you know, to sustain what you need. All right then, though, guys, we are going to wrap it up for today. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out to today's stream. It was a great stream today, guys. Seriously, thank you to everybody that came out to today's stream. I appreciate all of you guys. If you have not checked out my most recent video, please check it out. And big love to everybody that came out to today's stream. Everybody that dropped support and donos, thank you so much for JoJo Friday. Like I said, combo breaks. You guys were incredible today, but we are about 15 minutes over on time. My wife, she needs to go somewhere. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it. Great stream. We'll see what happens with the Spawncast and what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so I don't know what my streaming schedule is going to look like. Just look out. We'll probably do like a nighttime stream, since John is doing a early Spawncast. I think around, I think they're recording like around 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. I think they're recording around 1. So yeah, that's 10 my time. So I might not be able to make that recording. So we'll probably just do like a regular nighttime Valentine's stream. But I have to see what I'm doing, you know, when it comes to like my wife, because I don't know where we're going to go out to eat. She hasn't picked somewhere yet. So we're going to go somewhere to eat. I'm going to take her out and all that good stuff. So I don't know what my schedule is going to be like tomorrow. So I might stream tomorrow. I might not. So we're going to have to wait and see on that one. I'll probably see if I can get everything done in the morning, though. Go out to eat and do all that stuff and spend time. And then maybe in the evening, like later evening, we'll do something. So yeah. So it should be good. Should be good. So thank you guys so much for everyone that came out to tonight's stream, man. You guys were all awesome. Big love to Justin. Big love to Yak Diesel. Big love to Cyber Taurus, Jeffrey Tucker, all who dropped JoJo's today, and those who did it. Casual Noob, thank you guys so much for your support today. Seriously, you guys are further than beyond. And like I said, check out my video. No, Switch 2 was not hacked. Nintendo just went after some more emulators. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. I also made a Konami video as well. So if you want to hear my thoughts on Konami with Castlevania and other things, you can definitely check that out as well. So yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for the support today. Thank you guys for being awesome. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we will see you for the next one. And happy Valentine's Day if I don't see you guys tomorrow, which I do think that I'll stream tomorrow. But if I don't, happy Valentine's Day to all. All right, guys. Love y'all so much. And we'll see you guys for the next one. All right. Peace out, homies.